time to say goodbye to Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leem.
There we go. Thanks, Facebook, for kicking us off. Yeah. Mind you, we have been on since 9:30 this morning, so if this is the only thing that has gone wrong and will go wrong, then I consider that a blessing. Yeah. So we had to restart the show with a brand new stream. But nevertheless, we are back on. So even though the clock says we've only been on air 2 minutes.
3 hours to go.
Ish. I've got no idea about maths anymore. Apparently, I misspelled sharing is caring. Everything is going out of the window. Cognitive function, you name it. But the rules still apply. This is the last ever show. We've been on since 9:30 this morning, and we're on till 9:30 p.m. tonight. Not all of the not all of the awkward questions come from me. Some of them will come from you, the viewers. Submit your questions for the panel. The more cringe, the better. And answer along with us. If you are a regular viewer of the show and you've just tuned in, don't text the Nokia. The Nokia 3310, the SIM has died, so we can't get your messages. So just put them in the comments. All right, just put them in the comments as normal. Today is a mammoth final ever episode as we are raising money for Mind. The Just Giving link is at the bottom of the page there, justgiving.com/fundraising/last AQT. And if you scan the QR code that's just next to my Dalek right there, then you can donate. We set the target as £100, which we have reached, thankfully. So actually, we've gone above that. We're now on £105. I've just clicked refresh. So result. But keep it coming in. Let's see what we can get between now and 9:30 p.m. tonight. So joining me for this hour, slightly delayed. Thanks, Facebook, for your technical difficulties. Please welcome in no particular order, Lisa Lenko, Maxine Wade, Maggie Whitehouse, George and Haddon Hartle, all the way from Canada. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, can we all see each other okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. If you're watching on the last hour, Jürgen had a bit of a delay with his Wi-Fi, so he was answering like the question that we posed before. It's a little bit like the Ronnie Mastermind sketch for a while, but we're fine. So for the second time today, I've got to ask the person that isn't in the UK in a typical UK style. George, what time is it there?
Oh, it's 12:43.
12:43. So it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime, but it's really exciting because it's a different time to what time zone you guys are in. This is
true. This is true. And I've just noticed the purple theme that's going on between Lizzie and Maxine. You're rocking the coordination. That is excellent. I really should feel the need to get something purple. The reflection of the purple from the screen on my face. That's doing it. That's doing it. No, if I go right in with a crew cut as well, I look like I belong on Wetherspoons.
I'm just pulling a purple towel.
Oh, right. Excellent. Yeah,
Hey.
lovely.
I've got a purple chair.
Hey! Everything's purple. I've got something. I've got a purple Sharpie.
Excellent.
I promise you that is
proper feminist now.
Oh, no, hang on. No, I've got a purple clicky lighter. There we are.
Hey.
Nice. Excellent. So right. So that's the pleasantries done with. Helen Edwards is back with us. Hello, Helen. Thanks for coming back. Helen was on the first hour this morning. So say hello and feel free to ask awkward questions as we go along. Let's go in with a nice easy one. What superhero do you think would be the best in the bedroom? Well, we'll leave Maggie to ponder because she looks like she's taking this really seriously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. George, we'll come to you first, seeing as you are in the past.
I'm gonna say the Hulk.
Really?
Damn, I was going to say the Hulk. No, something else.
I reckon it'd be pretty incredible.
Well, it's the clues in the name, isn't it? Yeah, the Incredible Hulk.
I'm so sorry. You've just lost all your viewers.
We've gained a few, actually. I should have
That's people in Canada watching.
Yeah.
People in Canada are watching.
Actually, Facebook, you did us a favour. Thanks. Yeah. So the Incredible Hulk. That leads me to the question: do you like it a bit rough?
No, I like it a lot rough. Hence the Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. Maggie, do you have a backup now that the Incredible Hulk's been taken? Or
I think I'm going to go for Spider-Man because I just like the idea of the slightly sticky fingers, just from the point of view of just sort of adding a little bit more.
Oh my!
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah,
Spider-Man. Any particular era, or it doesn't matter? Just any Spider-Man.
Well, presumably not the first one, because no. I think I'll go with Tobey Maguire.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm into toy boys now. Apparently, biologically, the older you get, the younger you like your men because you don't need them to protect you or sire your children anymore. So, all the toy boys, look out! I'm on my way.
Are you visiting Toronto anytime soon?
Could be.
Could be. Excellent. Maxine, we've got a theme running of people going, damn it, when somebody mentions it, because I think you were going to say Spider-Man. And so
I was, because if you're into kink, those web hands can come in very handy. So I'm going to go for something different, but for similar reasons. Wonder Woman, that golden lasso, think about it. And she can get changed and get out pretty quickly, which is always a bonus.
That's
Can we sort of earmark Loki as a superhero, do you think?
Oh yeah, I mean super villains by extension.
Super villains, okay, or just the mischief aspect of that would be tremendous.
Yeah, I mean,
and Tom Hiddleston, whoa. Don't be embarrassed. Older women can have sex, we can still enjoy it.
I, for one, am loving every second of this hour. 9 minutes in, and it's pure gold.
Wow.
Lizzie.
Well, I'm going to start with I can't recommend The Younger Man. I'm gonna suggest go for someone older with a weak heart. Does Thor and his hammer count?
Yeah, Thor counts.
Because originally I thought Batman, because I like my rubber. But I'll be honest, I do like Thor, and it's a bit more Viking. That I like that.
Nice. I like the thought that's gone into that. When you were saying a bit older with a weak heart, I thought you were going to pick Odin, because he was on his way out in the first film, and Anthony Hopkins as well.
But see, soon as I've only got one eye, I feel a bit like I'm Odin in this. So no, it's all got a bit weird actually in terms of gender now. Me and Thor getting it on.
I think I would.
Can we move swiftly on?
We're moving swiftly on. I'll move swiftly on to my answer. I was just thinking the Doctor, because you would never get bored with the changing face and changing gender. So there's plenty of variety, I think, if you were to be dating a Time Lord. Just with the regeneration thing.
Yeah. I love how none of us have said the Joker. Basically, it's admitting never sleep with a comedian.
I found Joaquin Phoenix very relatable. A bit too
relatable.
Comedian with mental health issues. Okay, right.
Oh,
yeah.
How outlandish.
How outlandish. On a completely unrelated note, we're doing this today for Mind. Phil, please donate. We are 105% of our total, but keep it going. So yeah, I think we've covered that nicely. For some unknown reason, that triggered Alexa behind me because she's just answered some sort of question. I just heard this mumble, so I've got a funny feeling I've ordered the entire season 13 of Doctor Who now on Amazon. I've just, and it's just all paid for. Viewer comments. Helen Edwards. This hour is quality. It's well, I mean, we're 12 minutes into the hour, Helen, and if Facebook hadn't have knocked us off, we'd have had an extra 10 minutes of pure gold. Jordan Stokes is watching us. Says hello. Hello, Jordan. Hello, Jordan. Right, let's go on to our next one. Next question. What is the weirdest thing you've done when you're alone? Now, you can read into what you like. You can be as innocent or as boundary pushing as you like. The weirdest thing I've ever done, it was when I was quite a while back with my ex. We just moved from London down to Bournemouth, and it was getting close to Christmas, so she'd gone home a few days early. So I was left to unpack the flat on my own, but we just moved back on spec, so I didn't know anybody in Bournemouth. I hadn't started my new job there yet, so I was on my own for about 5 days. Then 3 days in, I just realised I haven't actually said anything out loud for 3 days. So in the middle of the flat on my own, unpacking, I decided to test my vocal cords, and I went, ah! That's a weird thing to do. So that is the weirdest thing I've ever done on my own. So with that in mind, Maggie, can you top that?
Yep. I have tried to punch a barracuda on the nose.
How? Describe the circumstance that brought this about.
Right. Australia, Barrier Reef, told very clearly not to swim around the other side of the ship because that's where the big fish were, and there'd been a 7-foot barracuda in the location previously, so we mustn't go in the deep water. Went in the water, completely forgot, swam around the ship, 7-foot barracuda. And as it was so far away, I didn't realize what it was, so I took a picture with my underwater camera. Very stupid, flashing lights attracts them. And it came for me flat out. So I remembered what I'd been taught about sharks and yelled my head off, swam forward towards it instead of that, and hit it on the nose with my fist, but I missed.
Wow.
And I'm still here, so it worked.
I mean, I just wish more members of the clergy were as badass as you are.
Would you like to see a picture of the barracuda? Can I upload a picture?
Yes, absolutely. I think you have a share screen.
I do.
Option. Yeah.
Okay, so I better find the picture before I share it, though.
Okay, well, if you have the hunt out for the picture,
I'll do that.
Yeah, and we'll go around the rest of the panel. Lizzie, what about you?
I've done a lot of weird things when I've been on my own, but I once dressed up as Trent Reznor.
Who's Trent Reznor?
Oh, I'm going to have to leave this program. I can't believe you just said that.
I don't know who Trent Reznor is.
Who is it?
Right, everybody look up Trent Reznor now. So he is a musical genius, frontman of Nine Inch Nails. And during lockdown, when I was all on my own, I built a den in my front room to live in, and I dressed up as Trent Reznor with long. I had a little mustache, and I went around like that for quite a while. No one saw me. It wasn't for anyone else's benefit, apart from me. I was very happy doing Trent Reznor for about 3 days. I even made pretend absinthe and all sorts of things like that.
So that would be this dude.
Have you found?
Good. Wow. Good. I'm up to speed.
So if you've never listened to any of their music, I recommend you start with a song called Closer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's got really poignant, beautiful lyrics. Heartwarming.
That laugh from Maxine tells me otherwise. Actually, this sort of ties into a question we asked in the last hour about what song would you have played at your funeral. Is Nine Inch Nails funeral?
No, actually, I don't know if anybody's seen my hour-long show. I've actually got that song tattooed on my bum.
Really?
Yeah. So after my near-death experience, just so that everyone knew, I want "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica. I've got it tattooed on my bum.
Is it definitely Metallica? Because I know that's the name of the Bee Gees song as well. So you don't want to get
Not that one. Not that one. The giveaway is it's in the Metallica font on my bum, so anyone would know. And if you know me, you know I'm not a fan of the Bee Gees. I have got the teeth.
Greg Phillips is watching and says hello to Georgia all the way in Canada. It says, how's Canada?
Sunny and behind.
Okay, right. Sunny and backward is what he's saying. Deb is watching and says this is hysterical. Glad you think so, Deb. That's what I'm aiming for. Hysterical is what we were shooting for.
I think that might be my mum.
Is it? Is
Possibly is my mum.
Excellent. Hello, Deb. Possibly Jordan.
If it's not my mum, this is going to be brilliant. But
I love that you're not sure.
Well, it doesn't have a last name. It just says Deb.
Can you confirm? Are you
Deb? We need confirmation, Mother Dearest, if you can.
Yeah. So, weirdest thing that you've done when you're alone, Maxine?
So many options to choose from. It's either when I had a wank on an aeroplane or had a blow-up doll and I blew it up and I had it in my house during lockdown and I used to sit with it and go to bed with it and stuff.
Oh my God!
You asked the question.
I'm here to fill in for a few moments, as Alex needs to regroup. He was totally not prepared for what just happened.
Okay. I hope everyone's answered because I don't think anyone's going to top that. I'm really glad I went first now.
Don't you want to know more about the context?
Please. I think Maggie's gone to get a Bible.
No, we're beyond
I'd
that.
had one of them. Well, no, I wouldn't be the degenerate I am now. No, it was. I went to Prague, and when I came back, I was because I was single at the time, and I thought I'd love to join Mile High Club. But I'm on my own. So I thought, well, I'll just go to the toilet. And, I think it was over Switzerland. Well, I wasn't thinking of Switzerland, but it was over. We were going over Switzerland when I was, and just, walked out and pretended like I'd done a massive shit. That was why I was in there so long, it could take a while. And that was it, live your dreams. Don't ever let anyone hold you back.
This would be a great time to point out, George, that yes, that is your mum that's watching.
Fantastic!
Oh God! I think. There's a lot to unpack from that. I need to sort of decompress from. But thanks for being so candid.
No, it's fine. It's great to be raising money for mental health.
Can you throw some context to this comment from Greg who's just put, Maxine, how can you forget about David?
Greg, I thought you said you agreed that we never speak of it again. David is my ex-fiance, who I don't really want to talk about it. He messaged me and he said he was going to, marry me and move in with me. However, because I keep rats, because I wouldn't put my rats in another room, he left me and it all ended up in tears. Because who would have thought that a strange man who just messages you on Facebook could turn out to be an illegitimate scam? But yeah.
How awful.
Let's have a look. There's the Barracuda.
There's the Barracuda.
That is a beaut. That is That is a great segue from a fishing scam to Barracuda.
Yeah.
That's almost.
I think
as
probably
if...
the Barracuda would have made a better boyfriend, frankly.
I'm just wondering why no one's picked up on the fact that Maxine said that she had a blow up doll during lockdown that she chilled with.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yes, I think I remember this.
My breakdowns have been well documented. No, I had a blow up doll. I ordered it, and I called him Michael, and I blew him up. And sometimes I just sit him at kitchen table, but I just had to let him down gently.
Oh,
Just full of hot air.
That's beautiful. George, do you have members of your family dotted around the globe? Because we've got Paul Hartle now saying hi, George from Paris.
Yep, that's my dad.
That's your dad. Okay.
This is
Okay,
real.
But where is your mum currently located?
My mum's currently back in Nottingham.
Right.
My dad is in Paris with my stepmom for their anniversary. Obviously, I'm in Canada.
Are you a family of spies?
This conversation never happened.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've got so lost in that last revelation. I'm not sure if you answered George about.
No, I didn't. But I don't. I did kind of feel superfluous at this point because it's not going to top ranking over Switzerland, is it?
No, it isn't, is it?
Mine was just that I ate dry pasta by myself once to see if I could turn it into normal pasta when I was eating it.
Who hasn't been there? I mean,
I think you've got to try it.
Yeah.
you have absolutely.
Works better with spaghetti.
Sleeker, I guess that would sort of like mold a bit better.
It just takes less time.
Rigatoni, I think that would be a while and probably get stuck in your throat. But you still be able to breathe because it's
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's it. Maxine, did you think of Toblerones?
Why would I think of Toblerone?
Well, they're Swiss, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought of Lindor, those little chocolate balls that just melt in your mouth.
Okay. All right. Okay. That says quite a lot. We'll check the comments. Don't tell him, G.
Good old dad.
Your whole family's a big gangster that they all call you G.
I am top. I am top
Hey,
G.
G.
I'm
Top
Chief
G.
G.
T. G. That wouldn't work. That won't work in my family because it would just sound like they can't hear me. They just go, "Hey."
No, it sounded like they were Canadian.
Canadian. Ah.
Come here, eh?
Eh? Yeah. I love that you've gone native. That's great. All right. So on to our next question. What 3 things would you buy in a supermarket that would make the person on the till most uncomfortable?
Is that in the dog collar or out of the dog collar?
I think with impact, Maggie. So
yeah. So let's try and go for something slightly less usual than condoms, shall we? Yes. What would we really? I think a blow-up doll would be a good one for me.
That's true. I wonder what supermarket you go to.
Probably the middle aisle of Aldi.
Middle aisle of Aldi, or that Tesco. You know the really big one. Is it the Extra? They have everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, they sell blank cassettes, so they must have a blow-up doll in there somewhere. So that would raise a few eyebrows. So I think if you add like something random but also possibly connected, so like blow-up doll and a jar of gherkins, just to make them really think. Blow-up doll, blank cassettes, jar of gherkins.
Yeah, I think some mini cucumbers and a pack of condoms would be a good idea. Some devil ears, obviously, you know, at Halloween.
That would be great. Just got a trolley full of Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Dressed up as
Just in the middle of June.
No,
yeah, anytime.
November 1st, just say it's cheaper now, isn't it? So, yeah. So, Lizzie, What three things would you put in your basket to really freak out?
Oh God.
Yeah. So when you say freak out, like you don't just mean like being a bit, because like I would go for like some raspberries, some very ripe tomatoes, and a very big knife, and then like go still with the raspberries and the
Nice.
That's what I do. I do that anyway. I mean, I do my shopping like that. I'm barred from that Aldi. You know the Aldi opposite the hospital in Derby?
Yeah.
I'm barred from there for going in covered in blood.
Real? Real?
Don't keep coming in here covered in blood. Go on, sling your hook.
They're a bit more stringent than the Aldi that's close to me in Heanor. Because there was I was hearing this secondhand, but you know that bag packing bit that's at the back. Geezer just sat on there one night smoking a spliff, and they just went, "Mate, can you go outside?" And his response was, "Fuck off," and they just left him.
Yeah, because that was the manager.
Yeah, nice.
And they're going to transfer him to the one near the hospital, so it gets a bit more laid back.
Cool. All right. So, George, G. What three things would you buy?
Because you can go kind of two ways, can't you? You can do the uncomfortable sex one, or you can literally just show up with like a rope, some cable ties, and a knife.
Yes.
Watch them really freak out.
Have you got any more of this plastic sheet?
Yeah. One at a time.
Nice, very nice. Maxine, I'm dying to know what your take on this would be.
Well, mine was similar, you know, like paracetamol and a bottle of vodka, make the checkout assistant, you know, be a bit uncomfortable. But are you going through the self-service? Do you know what I mean? These faceless machines, they don't care about you. But I think what would really concern them is if you just bought like some ice cream, a pot noodle that shows your culinary abilities, and then if you just got a Mrs. Brown's Boys DVD, I mean, I'd be uncomfortable speaking to the kind of person who bought that, wouldn't you?
Those three things actually would trigger a home visit from Mind. They say, okay, that 110 quid that is raised today, that's going on this person. They need our help right now. Three things to really make the person on the till feel most uncomfortable. I think if it was sort of like had an erotic nature and you just winked at them on the way out, regardless of their gender. So if it was something like a really big church candle and some KY jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you lick their face.
Well, if you're going for the direct route,
that makes them feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah. 200 Rizzlers and one pizza. That would do it. That would definitely do it. Definitely do it. Right, on to I've got to make a point. I've got to delete these questions as I go along because I know as the day goes on, I'm going to get slightly delirious and then repeat a question probably in the same 10 minutes, knowing me. So on to our next one. Have you ever played a prank on anyone, and how far did you take it? Now, that laugh that George has just given tells me that there's a story there. Have you, George?
Well, it just made me think of one that happened recently in Canada.
Right. Do tell.
A crate of 24 beers. This is funny because my girlfriend's watching this, and she's the one we played the prank on. 24 beers, right? And they call it a 2-4 here. So you go to the shop and you get a 2-4. And me, my cousin, and her husband convinced my girlfriend that you had to be 24 to buy a 2-4, which is why we hadn't had a problem, because when we came here, we were 24. For a month and a half, she genuinely believed this to be true. And then when we finally told her, she was like, "You lied to me all that time." There was 30 packs that she didn't want to buy because she thought she wasn't old enough yet.
Wow. That's a month and a half is commitment to a prank. Is commitment. Anybody else?
For a prank.
Yeah.
So right, this was me playing a prank, and then it just backfired on me. So my husband was standing on the edge of like a jetty, like on the sea. And that's all I do is run up and go woo like that to pretend to push him into the sea, but not push him in the sea. Only I slipped on some seaweed and went off the end of this jetty into the sea.
Oh dear!
And had to be rescued a bit.
Be rescued.
I think a lot actually.
There was an ambulance and everything.
Oh dear!
God.
Because right up until the bit when you said that you went over, this sort of like felt like the report that you had to file with the police. Like, why did your husband fall, madam?
What joke.
Well, this is completely going off the track. But like you have to draw a little diagram to whether you have an accident at work. Well, I fell up some stairs carrying a Roman shield, and it went in my head. So it was a bit nasty. There was blood and everything, and it said draw a diagram, obviously of where the injury had happened. So I thought they wanted a little cartoon strip, so I did a little cartoon strip of me walking along, going up the stairs, and then me falling, then the blood all coming. And they've still got that at the museum that I used to work at.
Brilliant.
So,
please tell me that's a museum piece now. It's on display.
Like, this is how not to fill in a health and safety form, like a Roman shield stuck in my head like that, and then blood.
Wow. Wow. Maxine, have you pranked anybody?
I have like an ongoing prank that I do. I probably shouldn't admit this. So, I work for the NHS. I will not identify the NHS trust that I work for. But sometimes when people ring the ward, the day can get quite monotonous, and I play with my colleagues what I call the accent game, where if anybody rings, they've got to give me an accent, and then I speak in that voice, which is brilliant, because then if anyone's got any complaints and go, I spoke to that Scottish bird before and she was really rude, and then they'll just say, there was no Scottish person who works here, and I can't get away with it. It's I'm not saying anything untoward. It's highly unprofessional, but it got us through the pandemic. God damn it.
Nice. Very nice. Maggie, where does the church stand on pranks?
Oh, God, I don't know. Whole thing's a prank, probably. So I wrap up a very nice, creative, feminine aspect from Genesis. It's quite clear that the Elohim who creates the universe is female. Wrap it all up in a whole load of crap and tell people that you've got to follow the rules. But the prank I wanted to talk to you about, I used to work in radio. I used to be a newsreader on local radio. And we had a DJ who quite frequently had a curry the night before and was always running off to the loo. And he would say, can you extend the news by a minute? And you know how important it is to have a break on the hour, Alex, after all this marathon.
Indeed.
Anyway, he kept on doing it. So one day, the fellow producers and I mocked up a tape, which had me suddenly halfway through the news saying, I was really sorry, I felt terribly ill, and we'd have to go back to the presenter. And so he rushed off to the loo, thinking it was going to be a 10-minute bulletin. And we played the tape into the loo, but not out onto air. So that after 2 minutes, I said, I'm terribly sorry, I can't continue with the news. Back to Richard Capron, and silence.
And he'd be probably pants round ankles.
Yeah. Loo rolls stuffed inside his knickers, racing to the studio. But as soon as he got out of the lavatory and down the corridor, he could actually hear me reading the news, and the crowd, "You bastards!" echoed all round.
That's beautiful. That's next level.
Thank you.
That's good. That's the longest and possibly best prank that I ever played. Was when I was still living in Bournemouth, and it was at a South Coast based comedian who you know, Maggie, Richard James. Yeah. So quite a while back. This is about 2014 time. I'd only met Richard a couple of times. I knew him on Facebook, so he didn't know me that well. And a lot of people on Facebook were the comedians that he was friends with were making mock-up Facebook profiles based on the stuff he'd be talking about and then sending him a friend request. So, for example, he'd put up one day that he had to get rid of a spider's web and a spider that was in his wing mirror on his car. And then about 5 comedians sent him friend requests under the guise of spiders. And so, like, one of them would be like Auntie Arachnid, and they'd all have backstories and this, that, and the other. And this went on for a while to a point where Richard James had developed a Twitch. Right. So, and I thought this was hilarious to watch, and I thought I'd like to get involved. I'll wait for my time to strike. So one day, because at this time his day job was working at Sainsbury's, so he said, "Isn't it weird when you hear an in joke from somebody passing by, but you're not in on it, and it just sounds weird?" Because he heard a couple walking past the fresh produce saying, "Should we get carrots?" "What? Rapey carrots?" And that was it. So I then sent him a friend request that night from Ray P. Carrot. And it flummoxed him because he didn't know who it was. He didn't know me that well at the time. I'd only get with him like once. So this then grew. So then Ray went on from being a cartoon drawing that I made in paint to a carrot that I bought from Pets at Home that you normally get for like your for a Dormaster one. Drew eyes on it, and he had this East End persona. So I made out that he was from the East End of London. So he was increasingly getting more irate with the fact that he didn't know who it was. He was sending me direct messages saying, "I know who you are you?" Nah, keep guessing. This was people then messaging Ray P. Carrot saying, "Who are you?" I'm like, I'm not telling. This is great. So this then progressed. It was getting towards August, and Richard was going up to the Edinburgh Festival. So I then decided to mock up some fake show posters for Ray P. Carrot, and then instruct a friend of mine, Adam Money, who was going up to Edinburgh, to stick them up in his venue. Just to really mess with his head. So what came undone was that Ray announced he was going up to Edinburgh the same day that I was, and then he put 2 and 2 together, and then figured out that it was me. So then that came undone. But it was like this. That was my magnum opus. Ray P. Carrot was a real living, breathing thing for quite a while.
So you're the reason why Richard James went feral, went back to the wild, are you?
Yes, this then inspired people to prank him throughout the rest of the year to some very, very disturbing degrees. And he kept messaging me saying, "Is this you?" No, it's not. Honestly, it's not me. Somebody set up a new profile in his name and started sending his friends friend requests because they thought it'd be funny. And they were like. So that was the aftermath of Ray P. Carrot. I then followed that up in 2019 with Richard Squirrel.
Oh, it was you! Oh,
yeah, that was
I remember
me.
Richard Squirrel. Yeah,
that was me. Because he said that he was he opened a bin lid and a squirrel was in there and it flew out. So then Richard Squirrel appeared, who was a Scottish squirrel. So then a fake profile. I was sending friend requests to all of his friends. Richard Squirrel then went on to have a podcast. So I was Richard Squirrel with a very high-pitched, really high-pitched Scottish voice, like, "Hello, I'm Richard Squirrel." And I even upped the pitch a little bit in After Effects, and then like on episode 2, I got Graham Whistler in on the act. To make out that I prank called the RSPCA to turn myself in. And Richard James thought this was real. I ended this when Richard messaged Richard Squirrel saying, "Will you stop sending my friends friend requests? I've just spent 20 minutes DMing my ex trying to tell her that I'm not the fucking squirrel." So that was the last time that I've ever played a prank, and it was on Richard James, and it wasn't big, clever, or funny. Honest, Gov, honest. So with that in mind, we are coming very, very close to the end of the hour, which has gone far, far too quickly. Mainly thanks to Facebook and throwing us off, but never mind. We're here now anyway. So is there anything, as we go around, is there anything we'd like to plug, even if it is just your socials, or if you'd like to say hello to your extended family around the world who are on missions? George, we'll start with you. Anything to plug? Even if it's just your online stuff.
I mean, if you're ever in Canada and see me doing a show, feel free to catch a flight over here and watch. That'd be good.
Make it sound so simple.
It's so easy. 8 hours and then 2 hours in each airport. You're fine.
That's right.
But yeah, hello to my spy family around the world. Hope you're having fun wherever you are and enjoying the mission.
Nice. G out. Right. Lizzie, anything for you to plug?
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter, Lizzie Lenko, visually impaired goth. Also, if you donate to Mind through this, I'm going to post you this Beatles throw because I don't like the Beatles and I don't want it anymore. I'm moving out. So here, anyone who likes the Beatles can have this. I'll post it to you, but you have to donate at least, I don't know.
You have to donate, yeah.
50p, tenner, I don't know. I'm going to, but there you go. That's my plug.
If you scan the QR code that's just next to Maggie, that'll take you straight to the Just Giving page. That's the Just Giving URL there at the bottom. So justgiving.com/AKT. 50 pence will get you a Beatles throw. What's not to love? What's not to love? Maxine, anything to plug?
Oh, I wish I had an OnlyFans now. No, just myself. I'm at Maxine Wade on Twitter. And if anyone's got any single relatives that they think they would get on with me, then that person obviously needs a bit of help, but then also send them my way.
Excellent.
I'm sure to plug, so it's just,
that's cool. Excellent. So as Maggie's wandering through the house, that leads me to think that she may be plugging something pretty epic. If she's gone to fetch something, either that or she's just gone to get some cigarettes. Oh, hello, what's this? Blue
Tales of the Blue Panda. It's my latest novel.
Ooh.
It's really good. It's really good.
Let me full screen this. Let me full screen this.
Have you read it, Lizzie? That's fabulous. Thank you.
Tales of the Blue Panda.
Yep.
Splendid. Right. Excellent. There we go. So, yeah, available in all good usual book shoppers and places and things.
Oh, I
online.
wouldn't have thought so, but definitely on Amazon and
on Amazon.
and your local independent online bookstore in Canada too.
Splendid, splendid, excellent. Okay, well, thank you all very much for this last hour. Thank you, Lizzie Lenko, Maxine Wade, Maggie Whitehouse, and G. Thanks for that.
I'll take it.
We're going to take another short break, and then we'll be back for our next hour. But stick around and donate. So one more time, thanks very much, and bye, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. 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 Our next hour guests are starting to appear. Or we should be back after a very, very, very short break. So see you all soon. Right after this.
£40 could help keep Mind's supportive online community side by side, open for another hour, helping to connect people and feel less alone.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
A donation of £20 could help 167 people take their first steps in getting mental health support through Mind's booklets.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
A donation of £20 could help 167 people take their first steps in getting mental health support through Mind's booklets.
not pre-recorded. It was Roger all along. And we're back. We're back for our next hour of Awkward Question Time, the epic last ever show. We have been on air since 9:30 this morning. We came off air for a brief 5-minute period. Thanks, Facebook. But we're back on it now. Let's see if I can get the maths right. It's either one of these two.
3 hours to go.
Or
2 hours to go.
no, it's the first one. That's right. Yeah. My mathematic ability wasn't great before I started this, and it's not gotten any better, to be honest. But anyway, welcome to the last ever show. Not all of the awkward questions will be coming from me. Some will be coming from you as well. Put them in the comments, please, and we will ask them of our panel. Give us a share, retweet, subscribe on YouTube, but most of all, donate, because this epic final episode is in benefit of Mind. So there is the Just Give Me page link there. And the QR code link there, if we scan that, that will take us straight through. I'll just have a quick shufty at the total. Let's see where we're at. We are at £115 raised, which is great considering that was a £100 target. So a lot of people are strapped at the moment, so we do really appreciate everything that you're putting in. Much appreciated. I don't know who Fadiri Maki is, but they've said nice haircut, Alex. I like you, whoever you are. Thanks. So let's bring on our panel for this hour. Please welcome Roger Poulter, Katie Brown, Big Linda, but no Big D, who's disappeared. I think the revelation that it was actually Roger playing the incidental music was too much for him, so he's had to leave.
Yeah, but nobody else could see that.
No, that's why we put you on screen briefly. Yeah, I put you on screen briefly while it was still playing.
Did you?
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah. We all saw it, right?
We saw you. We saw you. Yeah. Either Len Smith has been really studious, or she's frozen.
Either that, or she's joined forces with Big D.
Yeah, that's true.
Am I still here? Am I back?
Oh, I can hear you. Oh no, do you have the same broadband provider as Jurgen? Because we were having some problems with Jurgen earlier.
Almost definitely.
Almost definitely. Because he just appeared and then just like laughed. Yeah, he just was laughing at the worst possible moments. So Big D's back.
Hey.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
No.
We can. We can. We can hear you.
Perfect, that's better.
So the first thing, before we get on to any of the questions, the first thing we're going to do is right or wrong from the last time that Big D was on this show. Because I've said to everybody, have you got anything to plug? Miss Big D out and then ended the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to start by saying just to Big D. Big D, have you got anything to plug?
No, not at the moment. I have. I've got loads of. Obviously, follow me on social media and Big D Archer on Facebook and Snapchat and all those other ones. We have got shows at the Spread Eagle coming up. We've got shows at Secret Garden, Cradley at our new venue, and we've got a brand new venue starting next month in Leicester at the Black Swan, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. All days to be released soon with an amazing lineup. I'm really excited.
Excellent. So I can rest now knowing that I won't mess up twice. If I did that twice, that would just seem like a real slight on your honour. So yeah.
Like I've got honour.
That's silly. I've been. It is. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. I'm amazed that I can still string a sentence together at 20 to 7, considering we've nearly been doing this for 12 hours. That 15-minute break bumper has been a lifesaver today, so I've been able to just nip down, grab a coffee, use the loo, back up, bosh, and we're off.
Yeah, but hasn't it? But every time I've turned it on, you've been on a 15-minute break. So has there actually been any streaming at all?
Yes, there has. There has been. I take more. I'm a British worker. Of course, I take a lot of breaks.
Yeah. I want to know where the duck's gone.
The duck's still here. There you are.
I thought it had been taken over by a Dalek.
It sort of has. I'm missing my pineapple. That's downstairs. It's been there since Christmas when I was actually using it as an ice bucket. It's intention. So I will bring back the pineapple as well. So the duck set. Would you like the duck and the Dalek to swap?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Katie's cat. I should just call him dickhead. Will he respond to that?
Yeah. He did answer you.
There we go. That's the third cat bomb that we've had today. That's good. So Lloyd and Williams, Lewins, and now yours. It's great. I'd get my cat, but he fucking hates me. And he's out at the moment. That is some really trippy Mountain Dew that you're drinking there.
That was weird.
That's the magic bottle.
I'm just now expecting some sort of like, yeah.
Roger Poulter, sponsored by Mountain Dew.
I've been doing this nearly 10 hours. Cosmic. Would you like to start with a question from Leanne Eastope?
Yes.
Of course you would.
No.
Of course you would. Would you rather always have BO and not know it, or always smell BO on everyone else?
I'm surprised that says BO being from Leanne.
Yeah.
A bit. I just like the forcible ejection of your cat. Then just cat on way. All right. I think blissful ignorance. I've lived in a lot of blissful ignorance for a lot of my life, so a bit more wouldn't go amiss. So I think option A for me.
Definitely option A.
Yeah, I don't mind if I smell a BO because fuck everyone else. It's not my problem if I smell it. It's yours, isn't it?
I love that. No, but the thing was, during COVID, you couldn't hug anyone, and then afterwards we come out. The first person you go and hug, and you're like, "God, you stink, Nan." You know, it's bloody tough. You've noticed everyone's smells coming out of COVID.
I've stopped washing because more people want to hug me after COVID than have ever wanted to hug me before. So now I just don't wash.
Yeah.
So everyone that comes near me stinks. It's their own fault.
Yeah. I actually think Lynn's been darker than she normally is today.
Darker?
Yeah, well, we've got no image.
Okay.
Completely frozen.
Oh, okay. That's such a shame. Can you hear me at least?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, sensational. Well, I have a lot to say on this. This question feels like the reality that I'm living in, full stop. Yes, I probably always smell like BO and don't know it. And I can smell it very acutely on other people. Very acutely. Got a very strong sense of smell. But I'm obsessed with the idea that I stink. You know,
this feels like before news reporters could use Zoom and Microsoft Teams when they just had a still image of somebody and some audio.
This is so upsetting. I feel like you're missing some gold here. I look sensational.
It's
today
like
as well.
we've had to disguise you for your own safety.
Yeah.
And actually, this
okay.
isn't your real voice at all.
What, like she's
yeah,
in comedian protection?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's back. There you are.
I can't believe I just got so excited that Lynn Smith is moving.
It's been a long
The
day.
first and only.
It's been a long day. It's been a very long day.
I'm alive. No,
I'm excited there's no
ignorance
scary
is bliss.
dolls in the picture.
Oh yeah.
Change, yeah, I've decided to leave it out. Leave it out. But no, for real. When we came out of lockdown, I totally agree. I was kind of aghast at the smell of other people, but that's what I was hungry for. Did anyone else have like scent craving? Like it kind of didn't matter how they smell. I wanted to smell other people. Just me. That's fine. That's fine.
Where I lost my sense of smell and taste twice for COVID, and you just start finding yourself forcing food down yourself just to taste anything, and even foods you would never normally eat, like mushrooms or vindaloo. Like, see how spicy you can get your curry.
What? Can we go back to that? Mushrooms, vindaloo.
The obvious ends of the spectrum.
Do that, where you're just trying to coax some sort of taste out of your mouth, and the only way you know you've eaten a vindaloo is because you're shitting lava the next morning.
I just craved people talking to me.
Is that just general, Rog?
Yeah.
Oh.
But how do you break the news to someone that they smell? Do you rip it off like a Band-Aid?
Oi, you fucking stink. Go and have a bath, you dirty bastard.
I love how direct you are, Katie.
Not quite. It's not quite as up there with Maxine Wade admitting to having a wank over Switzerland. That was in the last hour. So that's good. That's going to stay.
Is that what we've got to top?
That's what you got to top. So if you've got a flight booked anytime soon, that's what you. Although on the way back from Istanbul, I did have an unfortunate incident when I opened the toilet door to find a big fat Turkish bloke sat down on the loo and he forgot to lock it properly.
Was he? But was he like just sitting on the loo, or was he having a wank over Switzerland?
No, he was on the loo. The pants around his ankles. He just forgot to lock the door. I just opened it.
Perfect
and
time.
Presented with his face like
accidentally.
Sorry.
Perfect time to tell him you stink. Just.
Okay.
Will you wipe
I
the
want to
seat when you
clarify.
finish?
Was that?
Yeah.
Was it a wank over Switzerland, as in geographically, or like over the concept of Switzerland? Because I've been there. But...
Well, her story was that she wanted to join the Mile High Club, but she was single. So,
so it was literally on a plane.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like she was really into neutrality or something. But...
And
you thought she was like standing on the seashore, wanking one out over the channel, like, oh, it's reached France.
Really
No.
For people who sit on the fence.
I thought she was doing it in the safety of her own home.
Oh yeah.
With a picture of Switzerland in front of her.
We have a couple of more people who have joined us for this hour. For the last couple of hours, I've tossed the that's a great kind of phrase because it's what we've just been talking about. The link out saying if you can pop in. So Griff is here. Who's popped by us. Hello, Griff.
Hi, Griff.
What's going on?
And he's early for his shift, and he's dressed up, and he's got his screen name as "I love you, Alex."
Oh,
that's something.
Who's that?
That's Dan Live, and he's got a specially made Awkward Question Time mug.
Oh, he's coming over all island. I love it. Oh, look at him.
I love that you're early, Dan. And the
I
beard.
don't. You're eating into our time. Fuck off.
Yeah. Must be us.
I'm just watching.
Okay. Do you want to be on the sidelines just watching?
No, I could do whatever. Yeah.
Nice feedback on Dan there.
Oh no.
Get rid of him.
Oh, who's not got headphones in?
Okay. Yeah, it's
Dan.
Dan. Oh no, is it Griff?
It's Griff.
It's Griff.
Oh, well, I've mixed Griff.
That's it.
Has it?
Is that better?
I can't hear anyone.
No. It's still going.
Yeah, it is.
What the hell?
Well, that's what's happened when you bring people in who shouldn't be on the show.
It's getting tricky.
Houston, we have a problem.
It was Big D.
It was Big D. It was Big D that was the problem.
Does that mean am I okay? Am I okay?
Yeah,
No,
Griff,
you're not
Griff
okay.
and Dan, you're back in the room. Big D, he's problems.
Hi,
problems
man.
down.
My laugh is not something you want in stereo, is it?
Why can't I hear anyone?
It's because we're not talking.
I got my headphones in.
Well, your headphones aren't working because we can hear us.
Bye. He's died. There we go. You can't unmute your guest because they choose to mute themselves. Griff's muted himself. Fair enough. He just likes to watch. That's fine. Griff's being a voyeur.
Okay, it's like one of them dodgy people in a swingers club that just peers through the window.
I'm just here to hold the coats. Big D's back.
Finally.
Hey.
Jesus.
Hey. Nice. Well, now I'm partially obscured by a question mark, which is how I like it.
You look like the weirdest supervillain.
I've got a call.
The only thing he questions is his sexuality.
Sorry.
Right. Have you got a call, Griff?
Why's everyone quiet?
We're not quiet. Can you hear us?
Hello.
We'll ask you a question. We'll pop it up on screen so you can at least read it. Right. This is getting trippy, isn't it? It's very trippy.
You know what, Alex? This is quite awkward, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It's very in keeping with the tone of the whole thing. What is the first thing you would do if you woke up one day and you were the opposite sex?
I'd have a shower and wash my tits.
You do that most days, Roger.
Hang on. I mean, having Roger and Big D on at the same time, I should have remained on this screen. That should be on a permanent thing for me, though. Yeah. So you'd have a shower and wash your tits. I'd go out into the world and earn 20% less for doing the same job as everyone else. Right on, sisters.
Can you earn 20% less?
I try. I do try. Mainly through my incompetence and lack of ambition, more than anything else, more than the gender pay gap. Damn the leprechaun.
The leprechaun.
Well, I have this discussion with my missus quite a lot that if we ever both swapped genders, she'd definitely have sex with me. And it's took me about 8 years to come around to the idea of saying, yeah, I'd do that. So that's what I'd do. I'd have sex with my wife.
You asked us that the other day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yes, it was you that asked us that the other day.
Well, luckily enough, there is a device that women can buy to use on their gentleman partners.
It's called a mallet.
No, I'd only do it if I had a vagina. I'd want to see what it was like, so I could,
It's not all it's cracked up to be fair.
Yeah, it is
great choice of words.
So yeah,
can you hear
sex
us now,
with my wife?
Yes, I now can hear you.
Great, it's a great time for you to come in. Phrasing. Lynn, what would you do?
Oh, I'd just see how different it was. I'd go about regular and see if I get called sir any more than I normally do, because that happens weekly. Just see if it happened anymore. It's not all that fresh. I mean, I don't make it easy for him. I don't. But sir feels a bit too haughty, a bit too much gravitas. I understand little boy, but like, sir. Just see if it happens anymore.
That's almost poetic. Griff, if you woke up tomorrow and you were a woman, what would the first thing you'd do?
See what my legs look like in a pair of shorts, right? See a pair of shorts, right? See them in a pair of shorts. It was about 8.
So you'd strut up and down looking like Beyonce, is what you're saying?
Well, Beyonce, Naomi Campbell, man, come on.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, Naomi Campbell, obviously. Obviously.
I have the asked to pull off Beyonce, man. Come on.
What was I thinking? Just the phrase "Big D, what would you do?" Is a loaded question.
Probably change it to Big V, and then.
We were this close to a spit take from Creighton. This close.
I tell you what I'd do. I'd finally go around my mum and dad's and tell my mum, "Are you proud of me now?" Because she always wanted a girl. She always wanted a woman. So yeah, she might like me finally.
Nice. Have we all answered? Because I'm losing track of everything.
No,
hello.
Over there.
Wouldn't that be amazing if when she lifted the camera back up, Katie was then a man? That was just.
Oh yeah.
That's my commitment to this question.
I've got something to tell you. No, I haven't. But why has nobody said they were going to have a wank? I went last and I thought, oh, that's going to go. Have a wank, innit? Although I do think that men have to put more effort into wanking than women do. So I might not bother.
It's over quicker.
You've got to do that for quite a while, and we're just not built for that. We just get.
I feel really sorry for your partner. You're just... Do you like that? While eating your vindaloo.
Just don't mix the hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Richard.
I bet he's watching as well. Hi, love. He always tells me it's good. But men do it. You do it for yourself. I don't need to do it for him. He knows what he's doing. He's had it for 42 years. Nobody knows his knob better than he knows his knob. Why am I pissing him out with his knob?
If we're talking about malfunctions in that area during those sort of shenanigans, once upon a time, midway through receiving a blowjob, she sneezed and bit it.
Oh!
Ooh! I thought you were going to say she sneezed and blew it back in.
No,
you went up like a big balloon.
No.
Jeez.
And
Vindaloo!
drew blood.
You know, like when you're blowing up a Spider-Man like balloon, that pipe's right on the front. Like,
yeah.
What's happened to his forehead, Big D?
Did she swallow?
Well, no, not the blood. No. Call me old-fashioned. It sort of ruined the moment when I was in pain and bleeding at that moment.
You were screaming like a little girl and it suddenly became very inappropriate.
Yeah, me in pain and then wanting to go to the bathroom to sort the situation out whilst trying to get rid of the semi was not. Yeah, just.
I tell you, women have all been there at some point. So.
What, my knob?
No. Yes.
I'm sorry. That was really bad. That was. I was going to say low hanging fruit, but that's not a great choice of words. I'm going to yellow card myself for that joke.
Yellow card. You have been warned.
It's great because if I get a red card, I've got to sit one question out. So that'll be interesting.
Is there rules for this now? When were there rules?
Oh, there's always been rules. There's always been rules.
There were it used to be carnage.
I've been banned.
Carnage.
Roger is the only person to be red carded in the entire history of Awkward Question Time. And then for the question that he sat out, he was then answering it on the comments.
Yeah.
I remember it well.
He can't shut him out.
No, I love the Leprechaun Dan. Have you put some makeup on your cheeks? Or have you just got a general rose? Because it looks like you've got this little rosy glow here that you've got.
It's your ridiculous pink background. I've got your full screen. So it's.
But you do have a knitted poncho on.
Yes, it's crocheted.
Crochet, sorry. Imagine my embarrassment. Beautiful. Rocking it.
Yeah. I've also got Christmas decoration.
Oh. So you're in the holly bush?
Yeah.
Fits in well there.
Yeah.
Some things. And that Tetris blanket that impressed Nick Page so much.
Yeah.
I brought that back.
That's nice.
So it's pretty cool.
And your certificate proudly displayed behind you. Yeah.
This is my favourite achievement in comedy. It's totally legit comedy award. This is to certify that Dan Live has won Most Inappropriate Comedian of the Year 2021. Alex Leam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the night that was handed out, though, are we, Dan?
Yeah, no.
Because we got well and truly fucking shafted that night.
I better tell the story for context.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be a laugh to have a load of blank certificates with me when I was emceeing this night and just say every comedian tonight is award winning, or at least they will be when they get off stage. Because then I could fill in their name and then just write in the award based on what they were talking about. Bear in mind there was 3 people on the bill that were ginger. I then awarded Ginger Comedian of the Year to Tom Douglas, who's bald. But what made that even funnier was he took a picture of himself with the certificate, and 3 people thought it was real. And they congratulated him on winning Ginger Comedian of the Year 2021.
Oh, but how many people were angry that you'd singled out gingers?
It caused I thought,
it
man.
was insane. I've never seen so much venom against ginger people since I was at school.
There was a genuine debate taking place on whether or not this should go ahead as a proper award. Like they are not a subgroup. They are not a maligned majority. Fucking calm down, mate. You know what I mean?
But some of us are actually funny.
Yeah.
Yes, some of you are actually funny.
Exactly. So what we're gonna what time are we on? What have we got to do? We can do a show and tell? Yes, we can.
Oh.
So this will involve a little bit of movement on some of your parts.
Oh,
and you'll have
I've got no bottoms on.
Not necessarily. They'll be countdowns. What is the most useless thing you have in your bedroom? You have 30 seconds to go and get it. Bring it back and tell us all about it. Okay, so some of you up already. I love the fact that Big D just had a bit of a play around. Nice. So you've got 30 seconds to find something useless from your bedroom starting now. And we're back. Is everyone here? Has everyone got something useless from their bedroom? Cool. I'll go first. The most useless thing in my bedroom is this can of hairspray, which has absolutely no use for me at the moment.
Can I actually stop you there, Alex?
Yeah.
That can of hairspray is not the most useless thing in your bedroom.
No. Because the last time I posed this question, the other thing that I got still exists, and it's in the drawer.
Have you used your rib?
No, I'm not talking about the other thing.
What's the other useless thing in my bedroom?
You.
The last time I asked this question,
yellow card.
I got this. And that is the same one from. It's been in this drawer ever since. And actually, it's good till 2023. So
I was worried you'd used it.
No. The story behind that is Ed Fringe 2019. So I'm with PVH Free Fringe, where you pay what you want. So I just say, put into the bucket what you think the show was worth, and somebody put that in. Read into that what you will.
Did that say it had 6 ribs on it? Did I read that correctly?
Ribs and dots intensity.
Yay!
No, it's the Poundland brand, Passante.
Oh right. Oh okay.
Actually, seeing as this is the last ever show, we could probably open this and have a good.
No, you might need it.
No,
we believe in you.
One day,
Alex. One day.
There's an Antiques Roadshow waiting for us.
Either that, he could save it to you next with Al Grant, and he'll make a dog out of it.
Out of what?
The condom.
Anyway, yeah, right.
The thing that you're letting him blow into.
I'm just tempted just to sheathe my Dalek on the sucker. No. Okay. All right. Okay.
You should keep that.
I'll keep that.
Because when you do finally get the chance to use that, you're going to be like Superman. I've got pointy because I'm most of a bottle of wine.
Superman.
But you're going to be like, ugh, with your little ribs and dots just dangling.
Nice. That made Lynn bark like a dog.
Little ribs and dots.
Little ribs and dots. Little
Dalek.
And I'll be standing to the side like a proud mother. going, I told you could do it.
What?
The whole room
When I'm
clapped.
on the job?
The whole room clapped.
Do you want me to FaceTime you or something?
I tell you what, you do improv shows, Alex. You're missing a trick here because you could. It's yes and, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
will you let me put this inside you? Yes, and move up and down. Yes, and.
it's yes, and move along or I'll call the police. Yeah, God knows how. Yeah. Anyway, someone else. The show and tell. Katie, we'll come to you then. The most useless thing that's in your bed.
I've got a plastic bag.
I like partly drunk Katie. This is great.
Partly.
Everything, because this is my bedroom and everything in here has a purpose, except this plastic bag because it's served its purpose now and I haven't thrown it in the bin yet.
Is that environmentally friendly or just laziness?
If I said it was a recycling bin, would that make it less offensive?
Yes.
Yes, it's a recycling bin.
Excellent. Marvellous. Right. So, Roger.
What's again?
What's your useless thing?
I've got a CD. I don't have a CD player.
Well, that's true.
Oh.
That's true. Malibu Stacy. Who are they?
They're a good group, Malibu Stacy. Huh?
That's from The Simpsons.
Yeah, so is Fallout
The
Boy.
Simpson reference. I love that.
Fallout Boy is a Simpsons reference.
I don't have a CD
What?
player.
Yeah, Fallout Boy is the sidekick
Radioactive
to
Man.
Radioactive Man.
Of course, Millhouse played him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like the fact that was one of those I was today years old moment when he realised something. That's good. Leprechaun Dan. I love that. You just did that. Yeah.
Oh, to be sure. It's my passport. Because the fuel prices are so ridiculous, I can't afford to go on holiday.
Oh.
So no wanking over Switzerland for you.
No.
Just
No.
a picture.
It's Norway.
Only from the comfort of your own home. Yeah.
Yeah, look up the moment. I'll send you a picture of a Toblerone later.
Ooh, can I have one as well, Alex?
Ribbed for your pleasure. Yeah.
Lovely.
Like speed bumps.
You can only go in one hole with them, otherwise it gets a little bit dangerous.
Lynn, a useless thing from your bedroom.
I picked up two things. So, like, left or right?
Okay. Left.
Okay. It's a retired part of my set, which I tore out of my notebook, which was meant to serve as a motivational poster, but I now can't sleep. So,
okay.
That's the most useless thing in my bedroom.
Okay. Is it?
I feel like I should have gone for the right.
That's right. No. What's
It's,
on the right?
A4.
A4.
It was
Peter
a-
Fox always
it's a
says do it in A3. Vape.
Yeah, exactly. But keep it. It's a dead vape, a vape that I haven't actually been able to use. It just ran out of battery before I got a chance to use it because I'm spiteful about the fact that I bought it because I don't agree with them. Looking robot puffers. Don't like them.
That's a T-shirt. Wait, so or a band name. As a symbol. Yeah. Griff, did you get anything useless from your bedroom during that 30 seconds?
I've got a watch. You can see the watch right there. I'm no good at it.
That's it. Why is it useless? We can't hear you that well.
Well, it's useless because I can't wear it because I'm allergic to it and it's off my missus.
You're allergic to time.
I'm allergic to the watch. Did you see the watch?
Cosmic. Oh wow, the melon back. Nice. Big D. What
Alex,
about you?
I think we're all allergic
All right.
to time.
Today.
So I quickly grabbed for the first thing I could get. It's a specialized hand cream that the girlfriend uses. I can't use it because it's got some kind of like citrus or something in that affects. It gives me a red rash on my hands. Can't use it. it basically, I have an allergic reaction to it. So I don't use it on my hands anymore, but I have used in other places to, engorge and red. So it does do some use.
Excellent. Whilst we've been on the
brief look into that.
Very nice. Whilst on the subject of ribs and dots, I've just uploaded a photograph that I took from the last time I was in TK Maxx. So let's play a quick game of, is this a vase or is this a butt plug?
That's a vase.
Vase, says Roger.
Is that what you use when you've had too much Vindaloo?
That's a vase just because it's got candlestick behind it.
Well, a candlestick could be a sex toy if you're creative enough.
Yeah. And Beauty and the Beast has taken a very different turn.
True. I mean,
that's not just a candlestick.
Is it a Jubilee?
That's what my grandma.
Is it?
That's what my grandma would have called a candle bra.
Is it a Jubilee butt plug that gets an extra notch for every year?
Also known as the Elizabeth
I'd be very
line.
worried. Ha! I'd be worried about the integrity of that kind of detail, wouldn't you? Honestly.
I would.
That's coming clean off.
If that's a Jubilee butt plug, that explains why she's not very mobile at the moment.
True. Although she is smiling.
Sitting sore on the throne.
Yeah.
She's only smiling because that's how the taxidermy has stuffed her.
I'm just waiting for Prince Charles to inherit it.
Okay. Before we finish this hour, so we are approaching the end. So these couple of hours, we're going to revive a couple of the classic games and play them for one last time. Seeing as Lynn has brought up the subject, for one final time, we are playing Vape or Vibrator. Yes. So what I am going to do is I'm going to give you the name of a product, and you have to guess whether this product is a vape or a vibrator. So this is based
Never
on
been
the
more
fact
ready
that,
in my life.
Yeah, never. This is based around the fact that they have eerily similar names when you get to it. So number one, the 7-function wonder, vape or vibrator.
Jazz musician.
Vibrator.
Vibrator says Griff. Jazz musician says Roger, crossing the streams.
That's a vape.
Vape.
I'll say vape.
Yeah, vape.
Another one for vape. Another one for vape. Big D. He's torn.
No, I'm going to go with a vibrator.
Vibrator.
It would be.
Vibrator
The old Jubilee dildo.
Yeah. So a 7-function wonder
Yes.
is a vibrator. Next one. The Orca Solo Plus. Vape or vibrator? Vibrator straight in there from Katie with a
Pressure
tone
washer.
of authority in a voice. Pressure washer from a Karcher could be a vape or vibrator, thinking about it. Yeah. Lynn.
I've used some vibrators that have turned
Good
me
vibes
into a
only.
pressure washer.
Vibe.
Good vibe. Any more?
I'm going vibrator this time.
Vibrator. Free Willy.
Vibrator.
Orca. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's a mini sub.
Mini sub. It is a vape pen. So the Orca Solo Plus is a vape pen.
I've been using it wrong all this time.
Still smoke.
I'm blowing smoke rings.
It was like a relay. Who could get there first? Next.
How I normally play it, Alex.
Dumbo Topside Dual. Vape or vibrator?
It's a vibrator.
Joystick.
All day long.
Yeah.
Vibrator. What did you say? A glow stick?
No, joystick.
Joystick. What did you say, Griff?
Well, that sounds like a double header. That does. Definitely a vibrator.
Vibrator.
Yeah, vibrator.
Vibe.
It's
Vape.
a vape pen with a dual tank.
3 for
come on.
3 wrong. I'm quite proud.
Leo Mia rechargeable.
That is a vibrator.
Oh, that.
I love the finger then. It's a vibrator.
I have one.
When Tony Slattery rage quit because I was so that
That's
this was a
uncanny.
vibrator that Tony Slattery went, you're all fucking disgusting, and went.
Is the right answer. It's a vibrator that fits in your pocket. If it fits in your pocket, what's the point? Okay.
Your front pocket.
Took me a moment there.
Volcano hybrid, vape or vibrator?
Vape.
Vape.
James Bond villain Howard the Hideout.
It's not just a vape; it's a desktop vape. So it's a big industrial
Desktop.
unit that you keep on your desktop.
It's not like a bomb.
Bad drip.
Vape.
Do they have a dildo version of that?
No, it is a vape, and it's available at Walmart.
A desktop dildo?
Yeah.
Oh.
And finally, emoji beta.
Oh, God.
Vape or vibrator?
I want it to be a vape.
I'm going to see whatever it is.
I want it.
I want Babe to select that on my emoji.
It's a butt plug. Because when it comes out, it's shit faced.
It is. Oh, God. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play a jingle. I just want to enjoy that joke for a second. Just let it wash over me. There we go. It's a vibrator shaped like a banana.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is. This is a good time to start eating donut ice cream. George is here. Hey.
Hi, George.
Oh.
Hello,
Hi,
George.
George, this
Volcano
isn't
hybrid.
for you. You're too little for this. You come back later when the grown-ups have gone.
He's on next, actually, in the next hour.
Yeah.
Volcano hybrid, Big D's love child.
Oh.
Has he been on the
George, you are my love child.
I know what was missing. Big D hasn't been on the Baileys. No, that would have made it a nicer vibe. I'm just in a double entendre minefield now. That concludes vape or vibrator for the final time. But well done on remembering that's the same ones as last time, because I didn't want to Google them again.
It's only because that specific event is the best event of my comedy career, because I upset Tony Slattery so very much because I knew that the Lilo was a vibrator. He rage quit.
Did you point?
I thought the Lilo was a Pokemon.
I bet he doesn't even remember that happening either, because he was in some state.
Weirdly enough, yes. Which is funny. Fine. What are the chances? Right. So that is almost going to the end of this hour. So before we do go, we'll
a bottle of wine in an hour, less than an hour. Cheers, everyone.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
I keep watching and just asking really awkward questions for the last couple. So
I
I'm
might
quite
just stay on.
Fair enough. Winner stays on. Nice. So we're going to take another break. But before we wrap up and do take another break, we'll just go everyone see if you've got anything to plug. Big D, we've already sorted you out. You've plugged everything you need to.
All good.
All good. All good. So we'll go to Roger.
I could plug my comedy show week on Monday at Bloomfield Square in Otley. Alex Leam is there with his Joy of Decks Edinburgh preview show, and I've got the Scottish Falsetto Socks as well. Should be a great night out. And also, I'll plug my YouTube channel. I can see the stage from here.
Please do. So Lord Sparkles is watching. He's on next. I forgot to give him the link, so bear with me. I'll send that to you on WhatsApp now. Katie, even though you may be sticking around for the remainder of the day, anything to plug?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So there's that. There's Walrus. I've got no gigs coming up, but this is I make clothes for your body, not just anybody. So clothes that fit you, rather than you trying to squeeze yourself into clothes that the shop says that you should fit into. I actually take your measurements and make you something awesome and lovely, and you will love it. I'm also working on at the minute learning how to design my own fabrics, so everything will be completely my designs. But for now, I just use amazing fabrics and make you awesome clothing. So gingerwalrus.co.uk or find me on Facebook, Ginger Walrus.
Absolutely. Lynn.
All right. I'll do a personal plug.
Yes.
I'm worth following on social media. Doubtbeat on almost everything. Also, I run a comedy night called Comedy Jam in Worcester, third Wednesday of every month. It's quite good, new material. Love to see you shoot the
Very
shit,
good.
come down. Be all right.
Excellent. He's on next, but I might as well just pop him in anyway. Hello, George.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, George.
I've forgotten now who's in this hour that I've got to plug before we go off to the break. Yeah.
You just keep us all in.
Can you just keep you all in? It's how many? I think you can have like 20 at once. Can you imagine that for a start? Griff, anything to plug for yourself, sir?
I've got a new night starting in Coventry. Big D's coming to headline it for me on the 15th of June. We've got Gary Harden opening. Welcome to the Dead, boys. Got that, and yeah, that's about it really. Just follow me on Facebook. Get Griff. That's it.
Excellent. I've just checked the total. Someone else has just bunged a tenner in, which is George Coppin, who's just donated. So thank you very much. So now it's 125 quid raised today. Happy days. As everyone who is about to vamoose plugged, who wants to be leaving.
All I say before I go, Alex, a massive thank you for everything that you've done for us. You know, when I first started doing the old comedy, you invited me onto this mad show, which then made me go onto George's show and then Roger's show. And, you know, it's been absolutely amazing. And though this might be the last one, I hope one day you might come back and do it again and get us all back on. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, mate. Much appreciated.
So say all of us.
Now fuck off.
And on that bombshell, we will take a very brief break. Thank you to everyone who is currently on the screen. I can't remember who started and where we're at. So some of you will be in the next hour, some of you won't. But let's just say thank you to Roger Potter, Katie Brown, Griff, Leprechaun Dan, Big Linda, Peter Dinklage, and Big D. I shall kick you all out into the holding room. If you were back in the next hour, then great. If not, then thanks for dropping by. We should be taking a short break, and we should be back soon. Bye, everybody. Bye. And bye for me too.
£40 could help keep Mind's supportive online community side by side, open for another hour, helping to connect people and feel less alone.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
A donation of £20 could help 167 people take their first steps in getting mental health support through Minds booklets.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
Mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
A donation of £20 could help 167 people take their first steps in getting mental health support through Minds booklets.
curious to see how long you could keep that up for. I was tempted to let it and run out for the 5 minutes that were left, but we didn't. So anyway, hello and welcome to the penultimate hour of the 12-hour mega marathon that is the last ever episode of Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Lee. So we've been on since 9:30 this morning. About 2 hours ago, Facebook kicked us off, so we had to reboot the stream. Thanks, Facebook. But we are back. So all the questions will be coming from me if you're watching and you want to submit an awkward question to our panel. More cringe the better, and answer along with us. If you are just tuning in and you have been a regular viewer of the show, do not send a text to the show's Nokia 3310 because the SIM card has died. So we'll have a minute's beeping noise later for the demise of the Nokia. Tonight we are doing this in aid of Mind for 12 hours. So I'll just check the totalizer again. When we last checked, we were 125%. Has that gone up? It has gone up. It's gone up to £145 now, raised today, which is an amazing news. Absolutely awesome. So thank you to everyone that's donated and has watched and joining so far. So keep that coming in. See what we can do between now and the end of the show. So let's bring on our people for the penultimate hour. So we'll start with the people who are booked and then the people who are still here. Because what the hell? Please welcome Al Grant, Taser, Alex Lean. That spammed me out. Don't do that to me, George, you bastard. Leprechaun Dan, and still here from last hour, sticking with us is Katie Brown and Roger Poulter. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, who's making a buzzing noise?
Is that me?
Let's check. Hang on. No, well, you're muted, son, and there's still a buzz. Let's see. Is it Al?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Al. You're malfunctioning, Al. You're malfunctioning.
That's the fastest I've heard, Al.
This suddenly feels like the Ring.
I think your microphone ain't plugged in
really
quite
creepy.
properly, Lord Sparkles.
Yeah, that's yeah. Don't unmute yourself. Mute. Anyway, so as we're approaching the end, we have two people on this hour who were on the first ever episode, Tej and George. Could you put your name back to your own name? Because I keep glancing down and just read my own name out, which is freaking me out something slightly. So he's not going to do that, is he? He's going to do something else to completely freak me out. I want to see now if that gold chain has fixed his microphone problem. Can't unmute. No, can't unmute. Okay.
Oh,
No, that gold chain. I'd love to know what the energy bill is like at your house because I've got a feeling that disco light is never off.
it's so cool. I'm jealous.
It is kind of cool. It is kind of cool. So we've so today we've had two celebrity videos that has been sent in asking awkward questions. The first one, we played this a couple of times, so we'll do it again, was from the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, who sent in an awkward question.
An awkward question. What gets you up in the morning? What keeps you going? Well, I have to think. It's the fans.
Said because there's a couple of fans in the background, so that's beautiful, and he's wearing
I hadn't noticed.
a couple of an TARDIS themed waistcoat as well.
I want that waistcoat.
It is a classic waistcoat. We've had another one in. Both of these have been organised by Erica Leith, so thank you, Erica. We had another one sent in from Robin Ince, but there's one problem. It's in a Apple movie file, and I can't play it. So all I've got is the audio of Robin Ince doing an impression of Christopher Lee, then asking this question.
They sent it to me, and I'd have converted it for you.
Okay. Actually, we've still got time. So, can you message Erica to send you the wee transfer? And then, hang on. Yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, hang on. Yeah. So Erica is now messaging me. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Everything's kicked off. My brain is starting to go. All right.
I've run out of wine.
Yeah. Oh no, that's bad. That is bad.
thought a bottle had last me the evening, and I got through it all in the last hour.
Wow. You were thirsty.
Normally I would do the admin when we're off air, but we're
The
not off air.
didgeridoo's back out.
Al, we can't hear you. Your microphone isn't working properly.
Have you plugged it in? No.
Turn it off and on again.
You're right, Tej. Anyway, not seeing you for a while.
I'm good, thank you. I'm just.
Have you got
I
the
went
horrible
to-
chest infection that's going around? I got it. I woke up the other day with no voice.
Is it going round? I don't even know. Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know. But I had like a throat of razor blades, and then I woke up the next morning and I couldn't speak. And I've had a chest infection ever since.
Oh no, I've
Good-
not had
good
the
news.
razor blades yet.
No,
This is a good
no,
chat, isn't
no singing. No singing will be required. Who? Lord Sparkles.
George is gone.
George is gone, but Donna Scott is here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Donna. Welcome for the final jamboree. That's weird. Al is on screen twice.
I wouldn't play anything past him.
Can we hear you on this new screen?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
That's
All
very
right.
clever.
You're gone and you're in.
Oh, were you gone, Dan? Were you there all along? You were just being very quiet.
Oh, me? Yes, I've been here a while. How strong was that wine?
Oh my god, I
Lord
didn't know
Sparkles
that
is
was
falling
you.
You thought I was the third Al Grant, didn't you? That's
I
why I dressed
literally
like this.
just saw you on Thursday. I was
Yes,
like,
you
how could I not recognise you?
You did so very well. It was a
I'm
lovely gig, that.
really hungover, so that's what I'm gonna.
It's like the idea that Dan is one of Al's Horcruxes.
That is a geek reference.
A message from downstairs, Katie, from your other half, Richard. Would you like me to go to the shop and get you another bottle?
Yeah, go on then.
He's
He's
a
already
keeper.
got his cycle helmet on. He'll be there.
Yeah, so he's ready to rock.
You need to drink for me, Katie. I can't drink at the moment. I'm on orange herbal stuff.
Oh, in that case, yes, you better go and get me another bottle, Richard. Thank you very much.
Two.
I'm on him.
One for
Nice
Malbec.
Malbec. Get Katie Malbec.
Ooh. Do you know something I don't? Does that have an effect on Katie?
Don't know, but it has an effect on me that I wish I could have.
Oh, fair
I've
enough.
just drunk Pinot Grigio. That's the one I've just had.
Grigio.
With a kangaroo on the bottle, so it must have been good.
Excellent. Well, we'll actually get on to an awkward question, shall we? Let's have a let's get cracking. Rog, can you have you got Erica on Facebook?
I seem to have. Yeah, I seem to be getting the file through.
Oh, right, excellent, cool, excellent. This would normally be chat that we do off air, but we've been on air since 9:30. So this is inside.
George said his Wi-Fi's gone, so I'm going to just stand in for him.
I thought that's what I was doing.
There you go. I'm now George until George can get back.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, this is probably the most crowded awkward question I've always been, but it's no worse for it, which is good. Which is good. All right, so before we'll give another push for the donations. So justgiving.com fundraising last AQT right down there. Scan the QR code that is just next to George. Point to it, George. There we go. It's there. It's over there to donate. See what we can muster in the last couple of hours. Let's get on to an awkward question. So, if you were to be arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? All right, who laughed first? George, are you volunteering to answer, or are you pointing to Katie?
Pointing Katie.
All right, you can answer first. Right, you can answer first. If you've been arrested, George, what would people assume you'd done?
Something that involves Al.
See, are you saying that Al is like the kingpin, and you're just like one of his minions?
You're saying he's not?
This is when did this turn into good? So something involving Al. Katie, what about you? If you've been arrested,
Indecent exposure.
Again,
Drunk and disorderly. How about you?
No, I'm not disorderly. I'm nice.
Yeah.
Really? Because in the last hour, with the first bottle consumed, you said you were getting to the pointy stage.
Oh, I did get pointy, and I did say "fuck everyone." So yeah, but I don't think
Very
the other
cold
bottle's
Pinot
coming.
Grigio for the pointy stage, would it?
No,
I don't think there's a second bottle coming because I've just checked my Stalker app on Apple and he's not moved. So
just to throw him under the bus, Stuart Dunlop sent me a GIF when you were doing the pointy stage. You know the evil monkey from Family Guy. He just sent me
I'll
Yeah.
take that. That's fine. I can take that. Thanks, Stuart. You don't look like Hitler at all.
Wait, the monkey or Stuart?
That's just don't complicate it, George. Please, it's getting weird enough as it is already.
Why not? I like complicated things.
Leprechaun Dan, if you'd been arrested, what would people assume it was for?
Impersonating a short person.
Selling Lucky Charms to underage people.
It's a gateway
street
drug.
slang? Yeah, is that
It's a
street
gateway
slang?
drug.
Yeah, yes.
All
It's a
that
gateway
sugar
drug.
just leads to smackheads, crackheads, and poppers.
I've seen people taking that white powder off of those dusted shredded wheat things and snort it. That's...
Dan, are you okay?
No.
No,
it's my Lucky Charms, mate. I've been on them.
Before we come to Tej, is that a BBC Radio 1 hoodie that you're wearing?
We got really cold there yesterday, so we bought hoodies when we were drunk to stay warm.
Oh, fair enough. Excellent. Okay. Oh, so if you've been arrested and with no explanation, what do you think you've been slammed up for?
My husband's right here. I should just ask him. I think it'd just be being a knobhead in public for sure. Just be drunk and disorderly, the same as Katie, but less indecent exposure because I got nothing to expose. More just being the ticket.
I'd love to examine.
Think it's a quantitative thing. I think it doesn't matter how much you've got to expose. Once it's exposed, it's out there. I don't think it matters about size.
Oh no, I'm not as proud of it, I think, as you.
I think if you're sat there with your legs akimbo and everybody can see your badly wrapped kebab, that is bad, whether it's big or small.
Join us next week for more tips from Katie.
This is starting to feel. You're starting to morph into an angry poet now. This is feeling like a real like angsty spoken word night. And you're delivering a poem from one of your feminist anthologies.
I'm not feminist.
Donna, what about you?
Stop the cock.
If I was going to be arrested, it would be for the crime of omission. Because I always forget things. I'm menopausal now, so I just keep forgetting things. Actually, I'm postmenopausal. I've got no giblets.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous.
Not what the giblets are. I have omitted to have giblets.
Since Maxine Wade's story about Switzerland, it's just been on this downward slope ever since. And if you, as if to illustrate what I was talking about, thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Lord Sparkles, Al, what about you?
People of my family and friends would assume that it was my attempt of my new hobby of amateur mansplaining.
But surely all men are gifted with an advanced level of that from the off. We're not.
No. Not professional. I'm doing it for the love of it.
Oh, okay. You're a hobbyist mansplainer.
Are you explaining what mansplaining is to Al?
Cosmic.
That's because the skinhead has to explain to the person with all of the lustrous hair. There's levels of mansplaining, and Al's at the bottom.
Alex
Who
used to
thought
have
Phil
more
Mitchell
hair.
would teach Jesus something?
I know, but that's the nativity we need. All right. Actually, Dan, could I borrow your fake beard after all of this and just have it on the top?
Yeah.
Fake
beard.
Sorry, I'm just assuming. He's
No,
holding up a happy Easter balloon. Of course he is. I'm looking at normality now in the rearview mirror. I have got no idea what's going on.
Normality can appear closer than you think.
Not when Al's here.
Deep. Again, we're
In
back,
the
we're back
mirror.
on the we're wow. I apologise if you're hungover, Tage. This is probably doing your condition no good. Listening to this.
I'm just gonna stay quiet. Like,
Just let it wash over you. You could employ the hangover tip that Michael Legg gave earlier. He said, "Shave your face." I'm not
saw
sure.
that.
Yeah, he
It's
said.
a mace in the dark.
No, he said the best hangover you can have is a wet shave. I'm like, what? He went, yeah, because it really gets rid of the toxins.
So how drunk were you last night then?
I've got no idea. No idea. This was a while back. No, this was actually style advice from Kitty.
What'd you do? Lose a bet?
No, it was after that. You remember the Knots Comedy Festival show? We were out afterwards in Nottingham.
No.
She said, go for a shaved head look and a beard. You'll have good daddy vibes. That was her exact words.
Dabby vibes.
Daddy.
do you know when I first came on, I wasn't sure if it was you or Greg. I was really confused. I couldn't see properly. Okay, yeah.
When somebody tells you you'll get good daddy vibes, that's not a good thing. That makes you look like a predator.
It was said in a nice way.
This is
I
a
don't
nice
know.
sugar daddy.
It's
Also,
apparently-
you don't look like my daddy.
You sure?
There's been a lot said today, which I wasn't banking on. That's up there. It's in the top 5. I mean, in the second hour,
You're not
there
my
was
real dad.
yeah. Second hour, there's somebody talking about having sex with Pingu, asphyxiation. There's been also got but you don't look like my daddy.
He can
You're
do.
only about 3 months older than me anyway, so that would be weird. But
Unlikely things to hear on Long Lost Family.
I think everybody's younger than me.
Are we?
You
How
are the
old
youngest.
are you?
Now this is an awkward question. Guess everyone else's age. Yeah.
Should we do higher or lower?
Oh yeah,
well,
play your cards very wrong.
I'll take the Greg lookalike because he's younger than me. So I'll take that as some sort of a compliment.
Yeah, that hits hard because we're very similar ages, and the fact that Greg's younger than us, that's quite a heartbreaker.
He's not
Sorry,
younger than
Greg,
me.
love you, but you do look older than you are.
You're 24. Alex is
25.
37.
No, George is 25 now because he had a birthday.
No,
Yeah,
I'm 38. I'm 38. I'm 39 in July.
Alex is nearly a whole year older than I am, which is good because I don't feel so old now.
Am I feeling ancient?
And yet I still seem to be the most wisdomous when it comes to saying who not to shag, innit, Alex?
I'm hundreds of years old. hundreds and hundreds of years old. There's only one
Alex,
of me. We're not
have
a
you had an
species.
email from me?
Oh, yes. I'll check my email. Have you worked your magic?
I don't know. You'll have to see whether this format works. What I've sent to you.
Okay, so that's the point. Yeah, questions. Roger, if you're arrested with no explanation, what would your family and friends assume that you'd done?
It'd be something very rock and roll, smashing up a hotel room or something like that.
Stalking Tony Wright.
It's when it starts as stalking and then becomes sort of like chauffeur
Stockholm syndrome.
That's right. I mean, if you've seen the Trading Places, Roger's a bit like Denholm Elliott in Trading Places. He's sort of like the right hand man to Tony Wright. There we go. It's downloaded, so let's see if we can. Let's see if this is going to actually work now. Let's see.
These
Video
formats
file.
used to work in my StreamYard.
Oh, it looks promising.
Oh. Hello. Sorry I can't be with you on your special day. As you probably know, it was Christopher Lee's birthday 2 days ago on 27th, that's right, the 27th of May. And so, thinking of Christopher Lee, and by the way, well done everyone for making money for its great cause, etc. I thought I would offer you this question. Might I say that I'm old-fashioned, très van ordinaire? I'd like a fresh Manhattan with white Anglo-Saxon everywhere. A black Russian's no pink lady, give her the Singapore sling. If Moscow Mule is not your baby, then highball your eyeball and name your sting. Be a big shot with wool shot. Be a swine, mit divine. Have a port or a snort, or a quart of any sort. Asti spumante, uno chiante. Ah, divine. Anyway, that is Christopher Lee singing. Well, it wasn't. It was me, obviously, doing a kind of impression, but doing it quite quietly because the neighbours complain if I do a really loud Christopher Lee. But the question is, what film is that from where Christopher Lee sang that? And secondly, who are the two people who wrote that song? So there we are. That is my question for you. Good luck with all of your money raising. And as I said before, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you on your special day.
Well, there we go. What can we say?
I don't think he understood the concept.
It is an awkward question. Because
It
I'm
is.
fresh from a horror convention. That is where I've been today. So I would know this. I should know this.
I'm glad you might, because I haven't got a clue. What?
I don't know, and I'm brown. Just no way I'll
I'm brown too.
Hey.
No, you're drunk.
And I bet it was before I was born.
No, my name. I'm pointing.
I'm assuming it's is it Flanders and Swan?
I'll take your word for it.
Donna,
it is now.
Donna, yeah.
Did he give us the answer?
No.
In that case, it's Star Wars.
I mean, a great Christopher Lee impression from Robin Ince, and very, very kind of
Who's Googling it? Who's Googling the lyrics? Come on.
Me now.
It said I snort.
Yeah, go for it, Al.
something.
I would say she would play it again. I'll go from sort of
snort a quart.
I'll go from
Then highball your eyeball and name your sting. Be a big
The Return
shot
of Captain Invincible. The
was
song's
what?
called Name Your Poison.
Name Your Poison.
From the
From-
superhero parody Captain Invincible.
Ah.
And who was
okay.
it written by?
People.
Because I've just Googled the words, and all that Google's told me, it's given me some pictures of eyeballs, and then said what astigmatism is.
I've got one of those as well.
What?
Eyeballs or stigmatism?
Well, I know for anniversaries, if it's 2 days ago, it was Christopher Lee's birthday. I know what yesterday was. Yesterday was Anne Bronte's death day. Is that?
Oh.
I was near her grave.
Is
paying
she
her
the one
respect.
they didn't like very much?
Well, not really. She's dead.
Well, no, but there was like of all the Bronte sisters, there was one that they didn't really like that much. Was it Anne?
It was Bronwyn, the brother.
I mean, to be fair, my
Bramwell.
only knowledge of the Bronte sisters is what's been parodied in Family Guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, all I'm getting is that.
Yeah.
I'm getting that thing. Discogs version. This is all that's known. Peter Cushing's blog spot happens to. Amy,
Right, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's just a panel show of people Googling things quietly.
Richard Hartley.
Robin Ince's
Richard
appearance
O'Brien and
was
Richard Hartley. Oh my God, Richard O'Brien.
flummoxed all of us.
Richard O'Brien.
Famous people.
Yeah. That's what it says. People.
Richard O'Brien of Crystal Maze and Rocky Horror fame.
Oh my God, I know him.
Yeah.
Do you actually know him?
No, I just
know who you're talking about.
I have a strong love of Crystal Maze. That's it.
I don't even know Tenpole Tudor.
Oh, I can't stand Edward Tudor Pole. Oh.
Was Richard O'Brien the bald one or the one with hair?
He was the
He
bald
was
one.
bald
one.
Edward Tudor Pole was the one that came in after Richard O'Brien had written Rocky Horror Picture Show and didn't need the Crystal Maze anymore.
He wrote Rocky Horror Picture Show way before the Crystal Maze.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably did. I'm just making up history.
I've just
So,
noticed.
I think only I am older than the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I'm older than the Rocky Horror Picture
What
Show.
about Roger?
Hey, Roger!
Roger,
What about
everything
Roger?
you said,
I'm
I feel like
sorry,
Roger
but-
picked you at the post to everything.
Donna
Roger's had a
Waits,
hysterectomy as well.
I'm
hasn't he,
older
Roger?
than the Rocky Horror Picture Show. A little bit better than you do, Roger.
Are you postmenopausal, Roger?
I'm 49 plus 2.
Oh, you are older than me. Oh,
So,
Oh, Roger's
So-
the granddad.
not much. Not much. Oh, hang on. Yeah, not much.
Okay.
Donna,
Okay.
you really don't look your age.
No,
I
she
look
looks
your
really
age.
young,
You
doesn't
look
she?
like what I should look for my age.
All
right,
I can
I'm-
say
I'm-
is just eat a lot.
I do.
Right, I'm just going back to my post-it from the first hour when I asked the question, place your bets at what point will I completely lose the plot and my brain implodes. So Stu said hour 1, he was wrong. Victoria Barker said 2 p.m. Unfortunately not. Helen said 6:24, but Cameron Sinclair Harris wins. He's closest by they are closest by saying 7:30 p.m. this evening. So my mind is slightly going to mush now.
Have you lost
Cameron,
the plot? Is that what you're saying?
You've won the sweepstake, Cameron. You've won the sweepstake. So yeah, I think that's the
That
closest.
we're
We're
giving
in
you
charge
mad.
now.
Yes. So well done, Cameron. You win. Winning.
Yeah, but I thought you lost the plot 3 years ago, Alex.
Well, 2014 technically.
I think he's finally got the plot back again.
I haven't got
like the hairdo.
curtains. The sun's
No,
here.
but he hasn't.
Thank you.
Or the lack of. It's I like it.
Hang on, could we just appreciate Donna's vampire impression with the sun coming through the screen there? As the sun. Ah.
I'm waiting for it to fall off.
That's
Lighting.
Stuart Dunlop. I'm glad I could help. There we go.
Stuart looks like he didn't want to be identified in that profile pic.
It doesn't after I told Katie about the evil monkey gif. So she knows.
Yeah. Because
You
now
know.
I've said he doesn't look like Hitler.
Yeah, that's upset him.
Right. Right. We should get another question in. Seeing as Robin Ince has completely mushed everyone's brain up. It's one
Who is
hell of a.
Robin Ince?
I'm glad
He's
you
an
asked.
Italian-based comedian.
Awesome. Thank you.
And he
And an
once
actor.
an actor, and he does
I
the
thought he was going to be a footballer, and I wouldn't have known who he was then either. So
Infinite Monkey Cage podcast with Professor Brian Cox.
Oh, okay, yes, I know that name there. Yep.
And he was trending on Twitter this week because he used to be the warm-up man for Ricky Gervais when he was on tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just Googled him, and that's basically everything you told me. Did you just Google him as well?
No,
he's good mates with my mate Alan Moore. This sun is so strong.
It feels, thing is, with that background that Roger's got, it feels like it's shining through his window. Right. Back on to a question. A question. Let's have a question. This should cleanse our minds. I'm hoping so. Anyway.
It ain't gonna work.
No, it isn't. Is it? No. Let's go for it anyway. What would the name of your first Netflix stand-up special be?
Oh, this takes a
Bit
bit of
harsh, I
thought.
can't stand up.
Well, there we go. That's yours. I can't stand up. There's something pretty snappy.
Pop and ball game.
Mine would be. Mine would be wedding DJ.
Wow. Well, you got there first now, so it's out there. Yeah. Mine would be negative publicity is good publicity. Yeah. Well, while we're on the subject, Al, what would yours be?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I go back to.
There we go. Oh no. Al Grant. Oh no.
I quite like that.
Yeah, that's got a nice ring to it. Roger.
I can see the stage I'm going through from here.
Okay, hands up who saw that one coming.
Or falling, because going through sounds like you've fallen through the stage, as opposed to just coming through the curtains. Like, I'm going through it.
Nice. Leprechaun Dan.
Probably something like my jokes are also short.
No, you spelled that wrong.
That's oh, hello. It's the last show and he wants it.
Yellow card. You have been warned.
I'm sorry, Dan. You left that one wide open.
I know that you can't resist it, and it falls out your mouth before you can even think about it. That's
what she said.
Yeah, that's like
Is that the name of your show? That's what she said.
It's kind of your catchphrase, actually, George. So yeah, that's Tess. I've had a moment to ponder. What would yours be?
I don't know.
That's it. Sun's gone now.
That's what I'm going to call it.
The sun's gone now.
All the hope's gone.
My son's gone now. I'll probably be something like, "Mum, look, I made it." Like, I made it. That's it. And then
Nice.
I'd retire.
Nice.
Done. What would yours be, Alex?
Well, Wedding DJ's been taken by Donna now, so I can't do that one.
Ross take two.
What?
Ross take two. Is that haircut?
Ross take. This isn't Ross. Ross, as in Ross Kemp.
Yeah.
I thought you said Bros.
Me too.
It would be a great documentary if you wanted everyone to watch it. Just like this is Bros 2. And then people would tune in, and then it would be like, "This is not Bros. This is Fire Festival." Only joking.
But you could still start by singing "When Will I Be Famous?"
Yeah.
All right. When will I be blameless? I'll go with that.
Never.
And then pretend somebody is your twin. Like, you could go for the whole thing pretending you have an
George!
identical twin. Maybe Roger could be your identical twin.
Arguing with them.
Earlier, somebody, when I said don't make up a plausible rumor about me, they just said that you're not actually Alex, you're his evil twin with the shaven head. So
you're Greg.
Yeah, I'm Alex's evil twin, Greg. Yeah. So next question.
Why not
what is-
Big Daddy vibes?
Daddy vibes.
Big
That'll be a
Daddy
game of a
vibes.
show. Daddy vibes.
Daddy vibes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're going to get the very wrong kind of audience, and they're all going to
No.
be touching themselves.
I think you'll find it's the right kind of audience. What's the worst thing that has been said to you at a gig?
Oh no!
Oh no, this has got you moving. There we go. So George roared with laughter the biggest first. So we'll come to George. What's the worst thing that's been said to you at a gig?
I think I've said this story before, but there's this guy came up to me and he goes, "Oh, you were really good. You're really funny. I've never heard the audience so quiet." It's like, well, make your fucking mind up. Yeah.
I love that.
Like what?
It's literally the opposite of of what. Anyway, yeah. So beat that, Katie.
When I was before I'd even done the gig, I was sat talking to Doug Carter and his wife or girlfriend, or whatever she was, and somebody came up to me and he just said, "Oh, so which comedian are you here with then?" And I said, "No, I am one of the comedians." And he went, "What? Women can be comedians?" And that sort of set up the night, really.
Oh, that's that. Ted, are you just discovering stuff in your hoodie that you don't agree with?
Sorry, Ted, are we boring you?
You asked for that, really?
I had glitter on yesterday, and I had this hoodie on yesterday.
Oh
What were
dear.
you doing yesterday at BBC with glitter on to get that pissed?
It was the big weekend. I went to see Ed
Oh, I
Sheeran
don't know.
and Calvin Harris.
Is that a young people thing?
It's like a 2-day festival that Radio 1 does.
Oh yeah, that's no.
And I
not
thought
for
it
me.
was all like crusty glitter, but it wasn't.
Oh dear.
But
That
to
sounds
finish,
dirty, doesn't it?
to finish
I
my
come
story-
crusty glitter.
to finish my story, after my set, he came up to me and went, "You're really funny for a woman," and then went to Ian Alliston and said, "I didn't really like you, but my son would have loved you because he's that way out."
Well, this guy sounds lovely. Everyone.
And he's here tonight.
Nick.
Wow. So Leprechaun Dan, I'm sorry I have to prefix that, because if I don't say Leprechaun, I'm going to forget who you are because you're so well disguised. Leprechaun Dan.
Very, very recently, I did a cabaret gig at a bookstore in Buxton, and there was jazz on. I mean, it's world-class jazz, but it was still jazz. And there was like singers and a poet and 2 comedians, so no one else really swore. And if you've heard my set, I do a couple of songs, and I do a particular song about anal sex. And one of the comments I got was that I was crude and tasteless.
Bravo.
Which is going on all of my posters.
Crude and tasteless.
Is that from your mum?
That's the name of your Netflix special.
Crude and tasteless. Did you just knock a bobbin over?
No, my waist tray on my overlocker just fell off. It's fine.
You've got that. Katie's giving out the vibes of the wine's wearing off now, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
That is
and I
Richard.
got a message from Richard saying, "I was only joking, but if you want, I can go and get you some more."
It's only 8:10.
He's officially a comedian now, in that he will bullshit just for attention.
That sums us all up nicely. Welcome to Comedians. Donna, what's the worst thing that's been said to you at a gig?
Right, I don't think anything beat when actions speak louder than words. When I was announced on a stage at like a pub's beer festival, it was quite a big marquee, absolutely full of people. And I think it was Russ Powell had got on before me, and then they announced me, and the entire tent left.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's a beer. The beer is there, but they all just left.
Wow. Did you still talk?
Yeah, I just said hello to the couple of people that were left. I was like, this is great.
Did you make a joke of it?
Yeah, but that was
And it
years ago.
died.
I think probably the worst thing that's been said to me was by a promoter. I think we probably all know who it is. But, you know, I hadn't gigged from him for years. I hadn't gigged from him, and I did a set, and I was practicing for Old Comedian of the Year, so I needed to go over like a 5-minute set. So I asked for some space, and they gave me space. I thought it was great. So I just needed to practice this material before my final, and the audience loved it. I got high-fived going off the stage, and then he called me later and gave me feedback and said, "Oh, he said you've improved a lot since you last played for me." And I said, "Well, it's 7 years, so I'm not surprised." And he didn't like that, and he said, "But your writing's a bit shit."
Can you name and shame?
And I'm like, "Ooh."
Who was it?
Name and shame.
Was it Mikey Mike?
I can neither deny that rumor.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what? It's funny you should say that, Katie. It's just turning into a very different show, guys.
This is.
Someone's going to feel awkward.
That's not start doing dissed promoter on here. We better not do that because
although I think we could all agree on a few exceptions that we could all pile in on.
Yeah, the tap's amazing. That's my favourite ever gig.
Yeah, it's just a pity the audience didn't think so, and no bugger turned up. So yeah, that's gonna have to be rested for a while until people have got the money to go out again on a Tuesday
I
night.
have to say though, even with no audience, the tap is still one of my favourite gigs ever.
That pinata night.
They do pinata nights, yeah.
Okay, well that's what I can't do. I had a couple of you know this story, but a very well-known promoter.
Name and shame.
All right, okay. Don Ward, the owner of the Comedy Store, said, "Your stage presence is good. You look good. The only thing your act is lacking is jokes."
See, the guy that said that you've been found out.
Yeah, he said, yeah, because it was like the first one after winning King Don. He went, "Yeah, I think it's fair to say you've been found out tonight." Like I was faking it, like I sort of like nicked the spot, something like that. And then he went after all. He went, "Yeah, once you've sorted all that out, we'll have you back for a 10." Like, what? Have you just negged me? So yeah, so that was me. That was me. Tej, what about you?
I don't know really, but there was one from Thursday where there was a promoter called Dan Lythe. I don't know if you know him.
I heard he's a cunt.
Whoa. Okay, second one.
Yellow card. You have been warned.
No, it was nothing to do with him. It was just I was at his night, and after I came off, this lady came up to me, and she was like, "Oh, my boyfriend thinks that all women comedians are shit, and they just talk about periods, but he thought you were really funny." I'm like, "Thanks, mate."
This seems to happen quite a lot, which is quite
Women
disturbing.
get that a lot.
Okay, so just really, like, like they just say that they set their expectations so low that they are pleasantly surprised with anything.
The other thing women get is like you'll get on and there'll be an audience full of men just doing this.
Oh my god, that straight face. Yeah.
And it's like, I dare you to be funny. And the other thing, right, not to be the whole like all women comedian thing, but if we have a bad night, we've proven the point to everybody that women aren't funny. And it's such a lot of pressure to carry that every time we don't have the best night, we probably feel it about 100 times more than men do. And that's not a diss on men, but it is. It's like, it doesn't matter if you have a bad night because nobody thinks that men aren't funny. So you can still go out and get booked. But if we have a bad night in front of a promoter, you're telling that promoter that actually you're not very good, and nor are any women. So women get booked fewer and fewer and fewer.
Oh, I think the wine is wearing off, Katie.
And I went deep in that, sorry. Sorry, tits.
So today we're raising money for a mental health charity.
Katie.
Justgiving.com /fundraising/last AQT or scan the QR code that is next to George. And a bottle of Pinot is only $5.99. Send it around to top her up.
Okay, do you say no matter what a bloke does, the audience thinks he's funny? I think Alex has got a gig that can disagree with that.
Yes, this happened a couple of months ago. So myself, Roger, and George, it was going that badly. I was instructing Roger to start the car when I had 5 minutes left. That's how bad it was going. I'm not going to name and shame because the person that runs this nice is a nice person. So yeah. They first act that was on, it's in the main bar, it's in the main pub. The first act that was on, they didn't even turn the TV off, so we was being drowned out by the closing titles of ITV News. That gives you an idea of what the gig was like. It's a banging tune, but you don't need that when you're trying to new material. A couple of the acts that were on during the night, there was one guy that did 25 minutes, even though he was booked for a 10. He had no punchlines. The only reason why we were laughing, we were laughing at him, but he had no self-awareness. Every time the promoter was trying to get him off stage, he's like, no, look, they're all pissing themselves. Look, I'm going to carry on. This made us laugh even more, but he was that bad. Another guy was on who did a load of Holocaust jokes. Then I was on at the end, so some gentle whimsy about ABBA. That was the tipping point for this woman that was at the back. That was the wrong. That was it. She couldn't stand it anymore. So she started having a real sort of like ripping it into me. And then pointing to the barmaid and just going, he's shit, isn't he? Get him off! Fucking awful. Just this was the weirdest thing. It was like, get to the funny bit. That's how stand-up works. We talk and then get to the funny bit. If it's just punchlines, it's not funny, is it? No. And then she started going, you need to sort your fringe out.
And you did.
We all need to sort our fringe out.
Yes. The accommodation that's the problem. It's the accommodation.
Don't you moan at your ears?
Yeah. Something about her ears. So we didn't stick around very long to say goodbye. I think it was about 45 seconds after I came on stage. We were in the car and out. Could not get our asses out of there quick enough. I'm not a snob, but it was one of those pubs where you feel overdressed in shoes. Gives you an idea of what it is like. That's how bad it is. So before we wrap this hour up, because we are coming up to the final hour.
I haven't answered this question yet.
Shit, you haven't, have you? Sorry. Okay. I'm glad. This is why I've got revolving guests on, because they're a bit more fresher-minded than I am. Roger.
I'm going to go with one of the weirder things that was said to me at a gig. Someone came up to me and said, "Were you in Gosport 2 days ago?"
Gosport.
And I thought about it because I go to lots of different places, and I thought, I've never been to Gosport in my life. So I said, no, I went in Gosport 2 days ago. He says, oh, there's someone there who looks just like you. I thought, poor bastard.
Oh, so has anyone not answered?
Lord
Yeah.
Al, go for it.
I have two awful experiences. One of them was in a place called Telford at the Captain Webb, a place which I'd quite happily set on fire with aviator flu.
Achoo! Woof!
COVID.
Aviator flu. That's
or a magical place called Craigly Heath, where I had a very unusual experience. You got choice one or two.
Both.
2.
I'd go for Hull.
The whole thing then. All right. Okay. So we'll start off with Craig the Heath. Who's the short guy from Northampton? I've forgotten his name. Dark hair. Lou Chawner. That's him. Lou Chawner. So Lou Chawner and myself and some other people were there, and these other people were on doing a lot of negative Catholic jokes. And then I came on, and this guy from Kidderminster decided that I had taken the piss out of his religion. And I was basically, I don't know what's going on. I had my guitar, my nice red electric guitar, which is probably worth more than his life. So I decided to... the real story, the real crux was, you know, the higher-lower game that Dave does?
Yes.
Yeah.
Play the cards right.
Invested his time and effort, and he did not get the fiscal reward. And as such, he was asking for a fight. He basically approached the stage, said, "Outside now," drank his drink, slammed it down on the table, and then walked outside. Lou Chawner rushed to my defense, and he buggered off. So that was a weird one. The second one, which is in Telford, run by Rosie or John Rose, the what can be described as British wrestling. He's one of those people. And myself,
Is he a big daddy?
Woodward, no, he's not. He's a very big fellow. So Woodward, Joe, and of course the fantastic Barnaby J. Thompson. That was his. Yes, we all went to this place, and it was the Britain's Got Talent final, the one where the dog wins.
Yay!
Yeah, you say that.
Go Pudsey.
We're looking at an open plan office for the entire downstairs of the Captain Webb. The television was not allowed to be turned off. We had all the televisions on, showing. They do indeed have a 24-hour hit. They don't need to help me. I can get the fuel anyway. I live very close to the airport at Nottingham or East Midlands. The people there, what you can only describe as, well, I don't want to get a yellow card. People in flip-flops. That's the kind of people who were. Woodward had his bunny outfit. And one of the people that was very aggressive to us was encouraging his son to use proper grown-up swear words at the comic coming up. He wanted Jim Davidson. He wanted the gladiatorial combat. And he got it. And that's not why I do not like that. And he got it. What? Please give a big hand to Will Grant! You shit. And that's fucking official. No. He can die. He can die. There's more backstory, but that's not for tonight.
This feels like you know the end bit of Vera when they're giving the confession of why they've killed someone. That's what that just felt like. Yeah, I did it. He had it coming, prick. You're going down for a while, pet.
There's more to the story. They're playing pool in front of the stage area. The darts board was still open next to where we were supposed to be performing. It was all. The only time they had a break was when we were on a break.
Well, on that bombshell, it's time to end this hour.
There's only one more left.
Al, yeah, it's starting to kick in now. 11 hours in, and it's starting to kick in. So Al, I hope that's been a catharsis to you. Well done. So thank you to everyone that's been on this hour. I'm starting to lose the plot of who was booked and who's just like dropping in. So to say thank you to Tej, to Leprechaun Dan, Katie Brown again, Roger, who's been around again, Donna Scott for popping in, Al Grant for his many angles. But we got there in the end. To George Coppin. Has anyone who's not plugged anything yet got anything they'd like to plug, even if it's just their socials? Well, George, I've got to you first.
Yep, so my socials is George Coppen, actor and comedian on Facebook, Instagram, Coppen1412, and YouTube, George Coppen. Or if you're in Lichfield this Christmas, I know it's a bit early to be mentioning that C word, but I've already said one tonight, so I might as well say the other. This Christmas, I will be in Lichfield doing Panto. Shut up, Al, don't. Yeah, in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So come along to that. It'll be great fun.
Excellent. Al.
I will be at Christ Tramway Museum for the rest of the week. They haven't got any trams running, so that's a shame. But if you go to that particular place, you get a discount, you can walk around, you can enjoy looking at all the things there. There's a Punch and Judy man by the name of Carlo. That's not his real name, it's Cliff. It's a very, very funny Punch and Judy show. Fantastic. But I'll be providing balloons on command until Friday. So if you want your balloon special things, and I know that some of you do like that, yes.
Sweet. Okay.
Right, very close to where you live, Alex.
Indeed, indeed. Donna, anything to plug?
Yeah, my show, Donna Scott, Weird Sense of Tumour, is at the Caxton Arms in Brighton this Tuesday, 6:45 p.m. Come in and pay me what you will. And I also my comedy group, the Extraordinary Time Travelling Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which is a family-friendly show, every day this week at the Spiegel Tent in Brighton, 2:45 p.m.
The award-winning family show, no less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many
Absolutely.
Unlike
Ted.
Alex Weem.
I was nominated. Whoa!
Wow. Award worthy. That's the word you have to use.
Award worthy.
Yeah.
Red card, 1 question ban.
Ease off. There we go. Right. It's kind of fitting that in all of Awkward Question Time history, he's been red carded twice. There we go. Ted, anything to plug?
I have started a weekly radio show. It's online. It's on appleradio.co.uk. It's on Fridays, 8 till 9. It's just music, getting ready for the weekend with me bantering. And if you can't catch it on Fridays, then you can listen again on Mixcloud. It's called Turn It Up with Tej.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool. Well, thank you to all of you that have been there for this hour. I know that some of you maybe wanted to.
I'd like to plug some stuff.
Go on.
I am still here. So, you can buy Lucky Charms at any good retail outlet.
Good.
I do a podcast called The Soft Spot for Stand Up. Some of our guests have been on that. Some of your guests have been on that already. You can get that on Spotify, and you can ask Alexa to find it. I think she'll find it on Amazon for you. You can go to Dan Lyth Comedian, see some of my things on Facebook. There is also a Facebook page which is the Top Notch Comedy. And then I'm also a radio presenter. So we do a weekly show, 7 till 10 on Elastic FM, and you can find links to that on the Top Notch Show on Facebook. So
Excellent.
Elastic FM podcast comedy.
I've not missed anyone out.
That's Toby Shaw, isn't it?
Okay.
Rimshot. Denied.
Right, thank you much for everybody. We're going to take a couple minutes break before we start the last hour, because I know that our guests for the last hour have popped in already. They're waiting in the wings and waiting to go. So for the people that's on next, it's literally me just getting a fresh in my drink and living
Who is on
for a
next?
moment. Who is on next? So we have waiting in the wings, Kitty. Hello. There we go. Ishi, who has left.
Hi, Ishi.
And also our special guest from Captain America and Harry Potter, James Payton, is going to be on. Hello, James.
Hello. What the fuck is that? Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I don't even wear specs.
We're going to take a short break and then we'll be right back. So thank you, everyone. If you're going to stick around, then you're welcome to, but no worries if not. So we'll be back soon in a couple of minutes. Bye, everybody.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Bye. We will be back really soon.
£40 could help keep Mind's supportive online community side by side, open for another hour, helping to connect people and feel less alone.
And we're back, and this is almost the end. We're in the final hour of the last ever Awkward Question Time. So if this is the last time that we get to do it, then this is going to be the last time that we get to play in our opening titles, and including the counting as well. We've got to do it properly. So we're going to do the last hour like we're starting the show from scratch. Let's do this.
It's time to say goodbye to Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
We have been on since 9:30 this morning. Welcome to the final hour of the last ever Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the last ever show. As always, if you're just tuning in, then please put your questions in for the panel. More queries the better, and answer along with us. this is a bit self-indulgent because this is the last time I get to read all this bit out. Give us a share, retweet, or subscribe on YouTube. Like my Facebook page at Alex Liam Stand Up. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Liam, or search Alex Liam on YouTube. If you're not watching live and watching the replay, let us know where and what time you're watching, but still donate because we are doing this today in honor of Mind, the mental health charity. So if you can donate by justgiving.com/fundraising/last AQT, or scan the QR code just there, it will take you straight through to the Just Giving page. If you're a regular viewer and you're just tuning in for the last hour, don't text because the SIM card has died. And I didn't want to spend the grand total of 79 pence on a new EE SIM card. So just comments in the comment section, please. And also take a photo of us in this last hour if you're watching on a proper TV, and send it through to us, either through one of the usual channels or to one of us individually. I'm amazed. I'm only stumbling on my words slightly now. I've still got the cognitive functions. This is due to a lot of coffee that I've had. I think I've had about 9 coffees today. So I'm getting the jitters. But let's see how this last hour goes. So please welcome, I guess, for this last hour, I think holding the record for most appearances ever on Awkward Question Time, Kitty Messalina, Ishi Khan, our special guest, Mr. James Payton. Hello. And also, Lord Al Grant, Lord Sparkles is still there. He's still on the stream, but he's a balloon that's there. Are you there, Al?
Yes. Yes,
he is there. Excellent.
He's become the number 6.
He has. He has become number 6.
Where's the rest of the people?
Everyone else has gone. It's just us now. It's just us. A classic combination. Yeah. I love the headdress that you're rocking there, Ishi.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was the last one, so I thought I'd do something special. Purple lipped.
Nice. That's very nice. That's very nice indeed. We have a well, there we go. Charlotte's owner of James Payton fan page has commented, and with a question already. Says, "Hi James, Alex, and everyone. What are your biggest fears?" So that is a deep question. So we'll come to you, James, seeing as this is clearly your number 1 fan.
Hi, Charlotte. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me, Alex.
Always a pleasure.
Hi. That was nice. What's my biggest fear? It's a good question. I mean, crocodiles are just wrong, aren't they?
Well, it's a healthy fear. They're an apex predator, so.
I mean, you don't meet too many of them in High Barnet. I grant you that. But who's to say that you're coming out of Sainsbury's one day with your Nectar card and snap, 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 it sort of gets your legs off. So I go with crocodiles and success.
Oh, that's deep. That is deep.
It's the thing, you know. There's fear of failure and there's fear of success. I've never had to worry about too much about that. So, you know, hooray for me.
As fellow creatives, I think we can empathise. So, yeah, yeah. Hello to Erica, who has been watching since 9:30 this morning. So, hello, Erica. And as Kitty has pointed out quite rightly, Kitty's always commented as well as appearing on the show at the same time. That's commitment, Erica. We'll go back to biggest fears. Kitty, what's yours?
Mute.
You're on mute. We can't hear you for some reason.
Biggest fear is not being heard.
Is she going to type it into the? Are you typing it into the comments so we can pop it on screen? No. All right.
Biggest fear is mine. My biggest fear is mine.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. There you are.
Fine. I changed the microphone I'm using because apparently that one is not working. Yes, you were talking about fear of success. I'm kind of terrified that I do kind of well enough to get somewhere and be noticed by the Twitter trolls, because internet people are terrifying, she says as she's live streamed on the internet. So my biggest fear is don't get like big famous, but get just enough to just get enough weirdos who like get a bit obsessive and who like try and find all of the details of my sordid life, of which there is far too much to uncover, and then like that would be like the end of everything before I'd got anywhere being taken down by the scary people on the internet. Hi, internet! Please don't kill me.
Hello. Hello. Ichi, what about you? What's your biggest fear?
Well, I think my biggest fears just happened. My wonderful halo light just fell while Kitty was talking. So, yeah, that happened. No,
Your halo fell.
my halo. It is a halo. Look. It's a light. It's the light for the internet thing. So
It's a light for
I can fit my whole head through it. When I take
And
my head
none of us sang Beyonce because we're all being very well behaved. But we can see your halo.
Yeah. That's not. I've got no chance of doing that because no hat in the world fits me when I go to my mum.
Oh no! Oh no! So yeah, I think fears are an interesting one. You were talking about crocodiles. I used to love watching crocodiles as a child in Zambia. Just like watch them for hours. They're very meditative actually because they just lie there doing nothing.
Until that point where they just tear you apart.
Until you're coming out of Sainsbury's and then bosh.
Yes,
That's the point
I was safe in Zambia because we didn't have Sainsbury's, so it worked.
They're triggered by supermarkets. I don't know what to say.
It must be.
Yeah.
But I guess bigger than that, yes, I identify with this fear of failure and success. Actually, both of those. But bigger than that, what else? Terrified, absolutely terrified of pregnancy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tocophobia is fucking real.
Do not.
Tocophobia, the fear of pregnancy and giving birth. It's very reasonable though. It's not like one of these irrational ones. Like something grows inside you and breaks out of you and destroys your body and might kill you. Like, ugh. You can't drink. You can't go in hot tubs. You can't go on roller coasters. Like it's a whole thing.
Pain is not a problem. It's just like for the rest of your life, you've got a thing with you forever. It's like you can't get rid of it. Oh,
I've got enough on with depression, so I don't need that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whilst we're on that theme, donate. So the QR code is just next to James. Just scan that and donate. Let's see what we can do with the total in this last hour. It's the last hour. Al, your irrational fear. Your biggest fear.
Irrational ones.
Biggest fear. Biggest fear.
People with globophobia.
What's globophobia?
Fear of balloons.
Well, because that's your sideline. So if people are scared of balloons, then you can't pay the bills.
It's irrational. Yeah. Very irrational.
Yeah. But I think my biggest fear, for a while, I just said the only thing I fear is last orders, but I don't think that's a healthy way of looking at life. So I'd like to kind of like plunge in feet first with a lot of things. I think that's a good way of overcoming it. Erica has followed this up with James's biggest fear is a text message from me.
Only when Liverpool are playing.
Okay.
Only text when Liverpool are playing. It's our thing.
Oh dear. All right. Okay.
If you're doing irrational fears, my most irrational fear is feet.
Peter
Feet are very
Emus.
upsetting.
Peter Emus does follow this up with what is your irrational fear. So
Yeah, like a lot of my other fears I think are very reasonable. Like fire destroys, pregnancy will kill me. Various things that are reasonable, but like I don't know why feet just make me like. It's like an anti-fetish. I don't understand people being into feet because I just have a visceral opposite. It's like you get those silica gel and everything dries up. It's that whole thing. It's the whole no. It's the inverse fetish. I can't do feet.
I won't do feet.
They're just the worst. Like. Human feet, like cat feet, they're lovely. The little paw pads, the little toe beans, they're fine. Human feet are just disgusting.
Okay, fair enough. It's not a fear so much as an irrational anger when I'm stuck behind slow walking people that seem to hog either an aisle or a pavement, and I do tend to get irrationally angry. I'm not painting myself out in a good light here. It's not as if like walking with a Zimmer or anything. It's just if they are dawdling and hogging the pavement, then I do tend to get really wound up for no good reason. Any more irrational fears before we move on?
Amber Heard. What? Sorry? No. You can't say that. They haven't come up with a verdict. You can't just say that. You can't recognise gaslighting when you hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, it's not that irrational. I did audition for Aquaman 2, so it's not. I didn't get it. But, you know, whatever.
Right.
Although now it is irrational because she's not going to work again, is she?
Possibly
I
not.
mean,
Which
was she not?
I just thought of something. Quietly. Which Harry Potter were you in, James?
I was in the fifth one.
Yeah, number 5, Order of the Phoenix.
I was in that one.
So you and Kitty were in the same film.
Well, look
How's
at that.
How's that for a link?
It's based, my entire career of 30 seconds has been based on that.
Before like Joanne got on Twitter and got quite aggressively like she's got quite intense but before all of that kind of fully went down, and I used to be able to kind of be proud to be like, yeah, I was in Harry Potter, and now that's been kind of associated with like everything else, and I'm like, oh yeah, that I did a film.
It's, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but over the last sort of 5-10 years, Twitter has got incredibly divisive and toxic, with people hiding behind their keyboards and saying all manner of things about all manner of stuff.
Was it not before?
I mean, back in the day, you could sort of argue with Christians.
It did seem a little bit more whimsical once upon a time, Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I try and keep my feed relatively whimsical. But it's pretty, like the hashtags and things, it's all fairly toxic from left and right and centre. It's not, I do it, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I just always forget about Twitter. I like every few months, and I'm like, sorry, I haven't tweeted, and then I just go dead again for several months. Like I don't tweet.
For people roughly my age, I found recently that a German coding student has made a clone of classic MySpace from 2006, and they called it Space Hay, and it is identical to how MySpace looked when it first launched.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so I got a profile. I'm like, oh god, this takes me back. So it's just like the most innocent, kind of pure, kind of like nice, fluffy, early version of what social.
Nice? Didn't you have to rank your friends? I've heard the rumors.
There was
MySpace was before my time.
There was the top 8. Yeah, yes, there's still the top 8.
That feels like it could get pretty like.
Who's got 8 friends? But wasn't there the guy who ran it, whatever his name was. He was your top friend.
Tom from MySpace.
Tom, yeah,
it was him. You could code, you could put stuff in, couldn't you? You could sort of code in.
He's even got the coding element in there as well. Still. So Peter Enos does you still have Tom as your first friend? No, but a mutual friend of most of us, Denzel E, did make a possibly the best internet-based joke ever when I put this online. He said, "No, you don't get Tom because he's called Space Hay. You get Kevin Space Hay." Which is just, so some jokes are just beautiful when they're written down rather than spoken out. You just think, oh, well done. That was nice. That was nice.
That's also an irrational fear.
Yeah. Peter Enos, the Facebook auto-generated subtitles are wild. They think Kitty was talking about cocophobia. It's awful. Nico grows inside of you and then burst out.
I know he's using that word very ironically, deliberately, because but wow, that's the word you chose deliberately, hun. We will talk later.
Is that a thing?
He's downstairs. I will talk to him later.
Is that even a phobia? I mean, I know everything's a phobia these days, but is that a real thing, or is that just the?
I imagine that's him attempting humor. We will talk later.
Let me just check the total before I get cancelled. So there we go. 155. There we go. Nice, excellent.
Great.
So I wanted to wrap things up in a nice bow. What I thought would be great for the remainder of this episode is if we ask the exact same questions that were asked on the first ever episode of Awkward Question Time back in the day. So I have found these out, and I have written them down, including all the viewers submitted ones. So they're going to be asked as well, even if they're completely irrelevant. So for the final hour, all of the first ever questions asked on the first ever episode of Awkward Question Time. So the first question was, how tall are you measured in Jaffa cakes? So, yeah, I mean, it's not a standard unit of measurement. And I think at the time we did say Jaffa cakes lying down, not on their side.
On top of each other.
So, yeah, so stacked on top of each other. So sort of like that.
So two of them equal about an inch.
Yeah. So if we, so what?
120.
You're 120 Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, and I put them all in my belly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what was the unit of measurement again per Jaffa? Okay.
Two Jaffa cakes on top of each other is going to be just around about an inch. It's not that thick.
And how many inches are in a foot?
12.
Can we not do feet? We've established I don't like.
Sorry. I'm not even going to attempt this because my cognitive ability after 12 hours is flagging slightly.
Tall, aren't you?
You what?
You're about 2 yards tall.
We'll take that. Yeah. We're going back to imperial measurements soon. So what the hell? Yeah. We'll go to Ishi.
118.
180. Okay. Kitty, how many Jaffa cakes?
Some. I'm tired. Why are you making me do maths, Alex? That's not friendly. Like, I love a Jaffa cake. Somewhere out there is a comedian who I've never seen him ever actually do comedy, but I know he does do comedy. And I know he has a routine based on an encounter we had about a decade ago, which was, what I wouldn't do with a Jaffa cake. And I know that is out there somewhere, and I have yet to see said routine. He keeps saying he'll find a video and send it to me, and he's not done it. And I know that somewhere there is anecdotes about me and Jaffa cakes on the stage, but I don't know how tall I am in Jaffa cakes. I'm 163 centimeters tall, whatever that is in Jaffa cakes.
Alex Plant is trying to work this out, but he's just put whatever 6'6" worth is. So Alex's mind is melting with mine, I think, at the moment. Yeah, he's attempted it. He's just put many. So that's
many is a
something.
good answer.
Yeah.
Many is the best answer.
Not as many as Alex and fewer than Ishi, and more than Ishi's. That's my.
Okay, next question. So this was relevant at the time because the first one was still in the job. Dominic Cummings, Boris Johnson, Michael Gove, shag, marry, kill.
Could we theoretically do all three to all three?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that's a good way of looking at it because you need to find out who is best at each before you commit.
I mean, I'm going to say they all do it through a sheet. In terms of shagging, it's all through a sheet, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah.
And if Rees-Mogg was on there, it would be two double ply sheets, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Already dead.
Sorry, you say double ply? Is it toilet paper sheets?
I mean, let's face it, they are shit.
Yeah.
That's the gag I went with, apparently. Well, Michael Gove is perpetually sweaty.
I think they're all quite sweaty gents there.
They are.
People.
I feel like all of them, you could just kind of imagine, when you get ham and you leave it out the fridge. Just that sheen.
Yeah, there's definitely a sheen.
I mean, if we're going on rumours, and particularly a recent appearance from Gove on Politics Live, where it was rumoured he'd been taking substances before he was on there because he was a little wired. I wouldn't want to marry Gove, although he does seem like a bit of a raver. So I think him, shag, Johnson kill because he's probably not that great in bed and afraid of commitment because if rumours abound, he's single again. Dominic Cummings marry because I think he's got a lifetime's worth of anecdotes, and after the sex has gone out of a relationship, you're going to need something to talk about.
That is a well thought out answer.
Yes,
Gover's the only one who doesn't have a porn star name. They've got BJ, Dom Cummings. Like, what
That's
universe
true.
do we live in? It's all just satire and parody. Like,
Yeah.
everything is dead because we live in a world where rather than it being a porn star name, Dom Cummings is just like a political name, as is, you know, Prime Minister BJ, or if you prefer, just Johnson. Like, what is this? Just like, I don't want to try and make it a joke because it's just there. It's just the actual facts of the world that we live in.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he's now
We
just
live in the porn
technically.
world.
Technically, he's just a blogger now, Dominic Cummings.
Is he?
Yeah, because that's all he does. And I think the only other thing he does is he leaks all of these photos because I swear that's all coming from
I'm
him.
glad you finished with photos. I was so worried about what he was leaking in this context.
He's coming and he's leaking. He's Cummings and he's leaking.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
There we
I've
go.
got all the cheap ones written down here.
keep coming. That's the level.
The thought of shagging Michael Gove, just because of you. As soon as there was any sort of skin to skin, you just slip right off, wouldn't you?
That's
just
yeah.
And also, wasn't he married to
more of an attractive proposition, aren't you? Because you're
I'm just trying to think how it works.
Nice to
Am I topping him or is he topping me? Neither fills me with. Doesn't blow the wind up my skirt either way.
No, it's not floating your boat. No,
not so much. No, he's horrendous. I mean, you know, he probably puts coke on his dick. Allegedly, I probably heard that.
Okay.
Really?
Fuck it, why not?
This is such a horrible choice as well, Alex. This choice is really yuck. It's enough to put you off sex forever. But
I'm trying to cut all the politics out of my material, and you're hitting me with this, and I'm trying really hard to be restrained and trying to be well behaved and not do so much politics. And I'm just here, like you were there the first time I did the whole routine about how, you know, he likely finishes with the word huzzah. But you know, he allegedly got the experience and been around and had about 50 children, so like hopefully would know what he's doing. But I can no longer do such material, so I'm going to be well behaved and sit here and quiet now.
Okay, fair enough. But I think, yeah, you are right. Boris Johnson probably does say huzzah as his ejaculation phrase.
I think he might say Churchill.
Fuck them on the beaches, or fuck them in the trenches.
Yeah. Or just fuck them all.
Yeah. Or as I was saying, yes.
After super much thought, I think I probably have to marry Boris Johnson, shag Dominic Cummings because he couldn't probably see me, so he had to go get an eye test, didn't he? So I could replace a nice mango, and he could think it was me, perhaps. And then I'd marry Boris Johnson and I'd kill Gove and frame Boris Johnson so that he gets taken off office. And that would leave me in charge, which means I'd hand over the country to 3-year-olds. There we go.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Right, yeah, that's very, very interesting. Marry Michael Gove that makes Sarah Vine unhappy. If you've ever read her column, she's not happy anyway.
Who hurt you, Sarah? Who hurt you?
Yeah, that would, or marry Johnson because at least then you know it wouldn't last very long. Yeah, there's rumours abound. There's rumours abound that Carrie has left him already.
But you get to go and see the golden wallpaper. You know, just go and see like inside Number 10, all the rumors, all the things you've kind of heard the news cycle stories about. But, you know, the rest of us plebs don't get to witness. Just, you know, if you were doing that whole bit, then you would get the insider scoop on whether or not that golden wallpaper was worth it all, right?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. That's what they shagged.
I'm just curious, you know?
It's just a gold embellishment, and I realise I'm saying this as I've got a flowing golden curtain behind me, but this is fake. It's not real gold. I just think putting actual gold into things like wallpaper or booze is just a shade too far. Like
the nouveau riche, isn't it?
Like you get the vodka or the tequila with like gold flakes in it. Like, why?
No.
It doesn't,
Just
doesn't
so you
have
can
to
be like, oh, that's bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
A
is a
little
thing.
luxury, Alex. Just have a little luxury in your life. Eat a diamond. Go on. Why not?
And as we're saying this, Al, of course, Al has a golden jacket that he's now putting
My
on.
eyes.
Of course
the
he
most
has.
glorious thing. It's like
course he has.
Rasputin on crack. It's a glorious thing.
The very accurate assessment.
That is actually.
I'd watch that game show. Whatever you're going to present, I'm going to watch it.
That's in fact, can Al use that on any future stand-up posters? Rasputin on crack, James Payton, because as a quote, because I think that's nothing has summed Al up quite so well.
Just say Rasputin on crack, Kevin Eldon, because everyone thinks I'm Kevin Eldon anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorted. Rasputin on crack. That's just going to stay with me for a while now. That is great. So on to the next one. What is the weirdest thing that is closest to you? Show it. Now remember. Oh, hello. We have a tiara. We have some jingle bells. I have the exact same thing that I used last time as the weirdest thing closest to me, which is my oversized rubber duck, which is here, which also makes a squeaky noise.
Hang on.
There we go.
How close is close?
Reachable.
Oh, okay. I could take a few steps and it's right there.
Go for it. Go for it.
I mean, that's what I did.
I don't have kids. This is a child's car seat.
That is odd, particularly considering what we were talking about earlier, Kerry. That is.
I'm going to say there's a grooming joke in there, but I'm not going to make it because I'm a grown man. So
I know other people who have children and who don't drive, and therefore, if they and their spawn need to get in my car, I need to be able to have safety measures.
No. I'm not here to judge. Kidnap is fine. Is a career choice.
That's right. Okay. So now, so Ishi has a small B. You have a little cat that says "cunt." That's nice. That's a nice little.
With a mustache.
So
with a giant mustache.
this is my lucky charm. So every time I act, this is in my pocket.
All right. Okay. As it brought you look.
Just to keep me grounded. So I did a TV show for Disney Plus last year that'll be out this year called Wedding Season. She was in my pocket. I did an episode of FBI International for CBS. She was in my pocket. I did 2 movies, one in France and one in Belgrade. She was in my pocket.
Oh,
amazing!
Yeah,
I want to get one. So Ishi, let's have a closer look at your B again, because I want to see how long Al can keep that mask on for.
it's the bee with a giant mustache. Oh.
I keep falling off.
I just shaved it.
Oh, yes, you did, didn't you? Oh, you clever person.
Apparently, I'm a prop comedian now. Apparently, that's what I do.
So you have a.
Oh, where's Al gone? What's that thing he's behind? Oh.
I've been doing this nearly 12 hours. I'm completely losing it now. So Ishi's got a B that's bad at disguise. You have a tiara, Kitty.
I've got a tiara and I've got a child's car seat. These are my 2 contributions of things I could grab.
Al, describe what you've got going on, because it looks like you're in sort of like a disco musical version of Breaking Bad now.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch that, actually, yeah.
I'll write that then.
Write it.
Please call it science bitch.
Yeah, so that's for my chemicals, obviously. There we go. Yeah, isopropyl alcohol. Yes, don't drink that. It's very bad for your kids. It will kill you and make you blind. So make sure it's diluted at least with lemons or something.
Which one first? Would it kill you or make you blind first?
Well, if you're dead, you can't see, can you?
True.
We don't
That's
know that.
true.
Have you been dead?
Oh yes, I've been dead drunk.
Probably. No, probably. Right. On to our next question. This one was the very first viewer submitted question, and I do hope that she's still watching because it was submitted by Erica, and it was craziest former 90s heartthrob that you've ever worked with. So to add context, both me and Alan Lear were on the panel, and it was a way of getting us both saying that it was Tony Slattery. So with James, you can be added to that list as well.
Obviously, our Lord and Savior Tony, naturally.
Mm-hmm. Any others?
I did a Comic-Con with Hannah from S Club 7.
Wow.
And we're friends on Twitter.
Was that Prime Evil that she was in?
Yeah, she was in Prime Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did meet George Michael once.
Really?
Not for work. I just met him, but he was very nice. He was a very nice man.
Oh, nice.
And probably some other fuckers as well, but obviously I can't remember them, so they can't be that important.
I mean, he was active in the 90s and 80s, but I bitterly regret not saying hello. I bumped into Rick Mail in a Waterstones in Notting Hill, and I was too starstruck to say hello. I was rooted to the spot, and then I've kicking myself ever since I didn't say hello to him, because I'm sure it would have been nice about it. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been. Anyone met or worked with anyone from the 90s? Doesn't even have to be a heartthrob. They can be ugly.
I had to think of this. I realised that we've mentioned I was in Order of the Phoenix. My 6th birthday, we went to the newly opened, as it was then, Millennium Wheel, now known as London Eye. And in the little pod next to ours was Alan Rickman. I didn't know who he was because Harry Potter hadn't happened yet. Love Actually might have done. I think that might have been a bit after that, might have been noughties. But this was the year 2000, but it was the first time I met him. And then I technically worked with him years later, but he was clearly known in the 90s because in the early noughties, my parents knew who he was. Otherwise, I just worked out, I looked up because I did tour support for Shappy Corsandi when she came to Nottingham, and that was really cool. Just name dropping, but we were asked to. And she first started doing comedy in 1997, so that is 90s, and she is fit, so that's a heartthrob.
Nice. Finally, I get a chance to use this sound effect, which I've never used before. We're all doing it, so it's not owned anyone.
Have used.
Rarely. I've not used it enough. It's one that I'm proud of, but I've not used it a great deal. Ishi, what about you?
Well, I'm not very good at going up to celebrities and saying hi and, can we take a photo or whatever. In fact, last time I was up in Edinburgh, I was going up the escalator and coming down was Eddie Izzard. And I could have touched him, but I didn't because he was in the zone and I didn't want to disturb him. And I thought, he looks swell because those heels were just to die for. They were amazing. Yes.
He was dressed to kill at the time, was he?
Yeah. This was 2019. So, so he was pretty awesome. And then I had a cup of tea with Phil Jupitus, who decided to sign my flyer.
I know his daughter pretty well.
And who else? Oh, I've had dinner with Rod Gilbert. I guess that counts.
That's pretty big. That's pretty big. So you don't go to celebrities having dinner with Rod Gilbert. That's.
Yeah, I didn't ask to have dinner with him. I was just invited along, and we had a lovely time. It was just, it was.
That sounded so much like you were taken against your will. Like, I didn't ask to be here. I just had to have dinner with Rob.
Not quite like that, but I did like go, please, I know you. Can I have your autograph? Can I find out all about you? I'm pretty rubbish at things like that, to be honest. I've been on a sofa with Tom Green.
I thought you were going to say Cruise then.
Well, I've got a Tom Cruise story.
Oh, do tell.
Firstly, I should have said Robert Downey Jr. from the two Sherlock Holmes because I was his stand-in and cast reader on those. And Bob Hoskins. I had drinks with Bob Hoskins. So one of my other jobs is I work as a snow technician for a company called Snow Business. We do fake snow, winter effects film footage. So we were doing Edge of Tomorrow, Emily Blunt movie. And I was dressing, so I had a bucket of magnesium sulfate, which is salt, and a little scoop, and I was dressing a dead extra before they did a take to look like I was busy. And behind me, I hear this guy say, "Hey, there wouldn't be any snow on that guy." And I think, well, I think I'm doing snow, aren't I? I wonder if that person who's behind me is shouting in my direction. So I turn around, and lo and behold, it's the man himself. It's TC himself. So I stand around with my bucket, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and I think to myself, I wonder who's going to speak next, because it isn't going to be me. We stand and look at each other for about 3 weeks. And eventually he says, "Okay, there'd be a little bit of snow on that guy." So I go and leave. Also Anthony Hopkins.
Beat that, Al.
Okay, I forgot the name of the shopping place. I think it's Blue Lake or something like that. Blue Water, yes. So I bumped into Sonia from EastEnders.
Oh, well, you win.
But did you work together? That was the question.
Yeah, we did. We worked to get me around her.
If we're going people we've encountered, then that's a different question.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about when I ordered food with Eric Bristow at a Derby Kentucky Fried Chicken? Yeah, worked together with that one as well. Bit bizarre, but he's dead now. We can't see.
I didn't know that because I encountered Eric Bristow at Derby Uni Sports and Societies Ball, and I was just talking to him about. I don't know if you remember the satire show, the Friday Night Armistice.
Yes.
Yeah, because they did this fly on the wall hidden camera skit involving Eric Bristow, which they had a team like a team training, but involving a really big 6 foot long dart. And this unsuspecting team of marketing people were being fed this biggest load of bullshit from Eric Bristow about working together and picking up this really big dart and trying to get it towards this target at the end of this wall. So I was just talking to him for about 5 minutes about the Friday Night Armistice. He looked genuinely pleased to talk about something other than darts for a minute or two. So
is this a darts player?
He was a darts player.
This is the missing context.
The crafty cockney.
Yeah, the crafty cockney. Yeah.
Cruel to ask.
It's oh god, I can't. Words good. It's gone. Nah. Mickey Flanagan. Yeah, Mickey Flanagan's got a routine about Eric Bristow about why he's called the crafty cockney. So it's like, God, he's not that crafty. It's like 480, Eric, you crafty cockney, you. Yeah. So this, I love the perplexed look on your face. I don't fully understand it myself.
It's a bit harsh to ask about 90s heartthrobs when I'm from the 90s. I didn't have heartthrobs in the 90s because I was up to 5.
Absolutely the same for me too. I was born in the 90s. 95 I was born, definitely.
Oh, you're younger than me. I'm 94.
Don't Google it. Quite a tough life.
This would be a good moment to remind me that I'm old, Kitty. As is.
I've already done that once this stream. I'm not going to be too cruel with it. People will accuse me of bullying the elderly.
Twice in 12 hours. It's not repetitive. It's not bad. I think Peter Emus is trying to curry favour. Kitty is a heartthrob from the 90s.
But if you liked me when I was in the 90s, then that's also a problem. I did see his later comments clarifying that the full quote was the subtitle quote.
Is he still in trouble?
Ah, he's fine.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
It's in quotation.
It's
I was going to say, in fairness, most of my girlfriends are from the 90s. No, I'll just get off.
Okay. Next question from the first ever show. What is the last photo saved on your phone? If you are able to show it and give a full explanation. Obviously, if you're doing this on your phone and you can't, then you don't have to. You've got a reprieve. So I will just get the last photo on my phone and show. Okay, that's that's right. There we go. There we are. Mine is a screenshot that I saved because I got very excited at the fact that the Big Breakfast is being revived.
Is it really? Good Lord.
It is, because they had a one-off last September with Mo Gilligan and AJ Ododu, and it worked so well that they're bringing it back as like a Saturday morning.
On Channel 4?
Yeah, over August, just on Saturday mornings. So I was really happy because I used to love the Big Breakfast back in the day, and I thought they worked really well. I thought it still seemed pretty fresh. So
I'm sure Nadine Dorries will have words to say about that.
She would, and I have many choice words to say about Nadine Dorries. But we'll keep it light. So last photo, Kitty.
Are we allowed to delete photos before answering this question? Yes, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do it without saying you're doing it, then you've just done it, and then you don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I just have now, so they're no longer saved on my phone.
Alan Lear has just messaged me just to say that the last photo on his phone is of a food menu that advertises skin on chips instead of skin on chips. Yeah. So yeah, you get the context. I'd have taken the photo of that as well, Alan. So you're not on your own there. Have you picked a non-incriminating photo now, Kitty?
They weren't necessarily incriminating. Some of them were boring. Like a friend had sent me a couple of photos of her wedding, and I'm like, cool, I've not seen you in 10 years. I've now skipped ahead to the most recent thing I've deliberately saved and would be vaguely entertaining, which is a comic strip someone sent me, where it was a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons or similar type thing. And then someone rolls some dice to see what to do, and they take action by kissing some nipples because they're using sex dice instead of normal dice. And someone saw that and went, "You're a pervert, you're a nerd, this is the comic strip for you." So that's my most recent saved photo.
My first serious girlfriend used to work for Ann Summers. So this isn't the setup to a joke. So yeah, so we had those said dice, and she took one of them with her shortly before we split up. So I was just left with the action dice. So it's like roll it and it just says lick, but there's no context of where to lick. She
void.
Yeah, my first taste of divorce at an early age. So.
The last photo I took was my cat.
Oh,
very pretty.
Cute, very cute. Ishi, your last photo. Are you able to show it?
Yes, I am, because literally minutes before the show, I was just posting about my next show at the Brighton Fringe. So I did a screenshot of it so I could put it on Instagram. It's very embarrassing.
Not at all. That's one hell of a poster.
It is. I wonder who designed that, Alex Leam.
Amazing. He's clearly got form. Is all I'm saying. He's clearly got form. Beautiful. Al, are you able to show the last thing that you have saved?
I'll describe it. It is a hamster made of balloons.
So I've been familiar with your
this might be more into Kitty's realm, Park. This is the dance edition of Zombicide. Yes! Dance. Yeah, you did.
Sorry, the moment you said it was my wheelhouse, I got terrified of what you think my wheelhouse is, and then it was like board games and shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's another thing.
A couple of it clenched then. So
it's not just filth. I'm multi-layered. Multitudes of things in me.
James, your last photo. Can you show it or describe it?
Well, given that I'm definitely not on my phone for this particular stream, definitely not. I don't know where you got that. It's this picture that I definitely took. I'm not definitely, just no,
it's a live picture. So when you press it, it moves.
It's one of these newfangled phones. It's,
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
And what's the actual answer?
In all seriousness, it's probably a picture of me topless, checking out how I'm doing with my workouts.
Oh,
and you
And I'll
didn't
tell you how
share
I'm
with the
doing.
class.
Middle age is how I'm doing. That's how I'm doing.
That's okay. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Katie Brown is still with us. She's here for the last 10 minutes, armed with pasta to soak up the alcafrol. Beautifully put, Katie. Beautifully put.
Katie. Oh, Katie.
So she peaked too soon with necking a bottle of Pinot Grigio, and it's wearing off now. So she was in a pointy place. She reached a point where she's like, "Tell you one thing. I'll tell you this. All right, tell you this now." So that's where Katie was. Hopefully the pasta will be soaking that up. Craig Harrower on a slightly different substance. How much acid is too much acid? If you have to ask us, Tubbs, probably it's too much. Probably it is too much. We'll have
keep
time.
the pH levels balanced, you know.
Indeed you do. Indeed you do. I think we have time.
Cycle without amino acids, and all life would not exist without acid. Acid is life.
You're enabling him. Good. So on to, I think we've got time for one final question, and this will be the last question that is ever going to be answered on Awkward Question Time. So it's not going to be one that was done. I'm going to type this out now because it's just occurred to me. Bear with me 1 second, because I can't type that well either. So there may be several typos.
We're all on tenterhooks, Alex.
I'll just say it out loud. Right. Final question. Why is Awkward Question Time ending wrong answers only?
Because
Kitty.
Alex got murdered and replaced with a Boulder clone. And it wasn't going to hold up.
An evil twin. That's a couple of people think I'm my evil twin today. Issue. Why is it ending?
Because there's been a coup and Greg Phillips has taken it over and Alex is slowly morphing into Greg Phillips. So there is no Alex Liam anymore. And what are we ever going to do? Oh.
Just to point out, Kitty is wearing a homemade Awkward Question Time Season 1 t-shirt, which on the back has a picture of Greg Phillips wearing his homemade Awkward Question Time Season 1 t-shirt.
Layers.
Layers.
It's a complicated fandom.
Layers. Al, why is Awkward Question Time ending? Wrong answers only.
It has actually been, you've basically gone and signed a lucrative deal, so it's going to be on GB News.
My principles are for sale. If they have the money, I would sell it out.
Is this what happens when Channel 4 is privatized?
We're heading that way. Katie's saying that the wine is worn off. She's nice again now. Get some more. They'll still be open. Richard offered to go down the offie for you. Craig Harrower likes you, Al. He's just put, I like this guy. And she's ventured forth a question. It's ending because Alex is going to rehab. No, I actually no. I wish I could afford rehab. I really could.
Have you finally got a social life and a dating life, and like you used to just be sad and lonely on a Sunday, and now have you actually now got like, you know, if you got now like something going on in your life, maybe a special someone, and your weekends are now going to be busy doing things? No, you're right. But you said wrong answers only. So
that would be the wrong answer. Things have opened up, and it's getting harder to do it. But yeah, but there is no dating life. Trust me. Peter Remus, it's ending because Nadine Dorris is under the impression that it's receiving taxpayers' money. Nice, nice. Beautifully put. The final answer from James.
Well, Awkward Questions is finishing because you can't stream from prison.
Get Callum back.
Yeah, that's yeah. We've had an ex-con on today as well, which has been amazing. And on that bombshell, what an answer to end on. So in true tradition, before we wrap up, we will come round to everyone to see if they have anything that they need to plug. Al, you plugged on the last hour. Did you want to plug again, or are you good?
Come to Christ's Tramway Museum. No trams are running. Go to the bandstand, and I will go and make you a lovely balloon, or a very rude one. Depends what you want. Between the hours of 11 till 1 and 2 till 4. Ta-da!
Thanks. Whoops, you too, Katie. Whoops, you too. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. And cheers. Erica has watched the entire 12 hours. Thank you, Erica. Thanks for everything that you've done, helping out with today's stream as well, and all the guest booking, and generally being an absolute legend. Kitty, anything to plug?
I've got a couple of gigs coming up in June. I've got one in Birmingham on the 20th, which is a queer lineup, and I'm emceeing the Canal House in Nottingham on the 22nd. Otherwise, I don't have a bunch going on, but I am going to be in Edinburgh for the first time with nothing booked. So if anyone's booking things and wants someone to rock up on a lineup in August, if you are a promoter type person, someone with a show, someone looking for people to just hop up and do a set, I have no plans. I just have travel and accommodation. I'm going to Edinburgh. Maybe see you there.
Excellent. Ishi.
Yes, so I'm going to Brighton Fringe for the Jubilee, and I'm taking my show about being a migrant, which is appropriate for the Jubilee, I think. So yeah, do come along. It's 1st to the 5th of June. It's 7 p.m. at the Duke of Wellington's, a suite at the Wellies. I'll put a link in the private chat.
It is very apt for the Jubilee weekend, seeing as her late husband was a migrant. He was a member of the Great Royal Family. Yeah. And James, anything to plug for you?
Yes, 3rd of July, I'll be at the Hen and Chickens in Islington for our improv show with Wallace Amon from Fantastic Beasts, Order of the Improv. 2 shows, one in the afternoon for the kids and one in the evening for the adults.
Excellent.
Stay tuned to Disney Plus for Wedding Season that's coming out. I do 2 episodes of that. And there's a couple of movies that I'll be in if I'm not cut, obviously. Show business, kid. But stay tuned to my Twitter, IMDb, and Instagram for more news on that when I'm allowed to say it.
Excellent. So one last, I'll leave this up for a couple more days. So justgiving.com fundraising, last awkward question time. QR code is there. Scan quick while we're still on. Scan quick now while we're still on. We're ending the day. I mean, I set the target as just 100 quid. I was realistic. And we're ending the day on 155 quid raised for Mind. So a result. I mean, that will do good things for Mind. It will do a lot of good things. So thank you to everyone who has donated. Thank you to my guest for this final hour, to Al Grant, Ishi Khan, Kitty Messalina now having the record for most appearances, which cannot be taken away because it is ending now. And our special guest for last hour, Mr. James Payton. Thank you all very much indeed. And we will now have the final end credits, which will have the majority of the people that have appeared. I did this quite late last night, so the lineup changed. So there might be a couple of names missing, so I do apologise in advance if I've missed anybody out. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. So there was only one phrase I can possibly end this on, and that is stay awkward. Goodbye.
You don't know where I'm going to hide your balls, but the music will tell you.